Welcome to the Midwest Georgia, and welcome to the Midwest Georgia Game of the Week. And welcome to the Midwest. And welcome to the Midwest.
Georgia high school football. We are 30 minutes away from toe meeting leather at Coach Jimmy Johnson Stadium on the campus of Douglas County High School. I'm James O'Brien, and for my partner Brooks Austin, welcome to your Midwest Georgia Game of the Week between the visiting Hillgrove Hawks and homestanding Douglas County Tigers. I was able to get a few moments with both coaches. Up first, Hillgrove coach Philip Ironside.
And welcome to the Midwest Georgia Game of the Week, and we are joined by Hillgrove head coach Philip Ironside. And Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Looking at tonight's matchup with Douglas County, I know we talked about it. You're young on the offensive line, got a bunch of guys coming back as far as skill players. And I guess one of the questions I've got for you, how big is senior leadership going to be for this team coming off the most successful season y'all have ever had in Hillgrove history?
I always think it's very important because, each year we always tell our kids that the team really belongs to the seniors and how they want to leave a legacy and the things they want to do with our team. And we kind of had a good heart-to-heart after practice today talking about it. And, it can be a curse having good years back-to-back, and it can be a thing that strings it on. But sometimes these kids are kind of third generation of region championships, and they just think it happens. And it comes from hard work and consistency and those things, and getting them to understand that and the work ethic and those. But I think they'll take to it and kind of don't know till you get in the fire to what you have. So we'll see here in a few games.
Well, I know coming off a big-time season like you had last year, you can carry some momentum into the next year, but it also brings expectations. What are the ups and downsides of both of that as far as coming into 2019?
As far as expectations and things, having opened the school, having been here 14 years, I think we've got a real piece about just being the best we can be. And we understand that each and every year that'll be different. We want the kids to maximize the most of their talent. And really we're not, we're playing for a different reason. I know I'm coaching for a different reason. We got a lot of more spiritual things and things we want to accomplish with our kids as opposed to just wins and losses. And so really and truly, I don't judge each team by their record, or that's not where their worth comes from. So it takes that facet off of it. But our program has been successful. There is a standard, there is a legacy, and our kids want to keep that going and do the best they can. But at the same time, we don't want them to think, if I don't win 12 games, I'm not as good as last year. Because it's not really what we judge you by, and it's not what we're going to be judged by in the end anyway.
Well, I think, Coach, one of the things, and you talked about, you've been there since the beginning of Hillgrove, and I think a lot of people, we talk about, the smaller communities and how they rally around a program, but we have it happen a lot of times in the metro area. Talk a little bit about the community that surrounds Hill, what that means to this team.
It's really good. It's a neat place. It's not a neighborhood. It's not a community. We don't have our town we're just kind of landmarks of 4 major roads, and that kind of makes our school district. But it really, when we opened in 2006, people started buying stuff and getting on board, and we travel well, and our games are packed, and it's just enjoyable. To not to have a community, we've got a really good community, if that makes any sense. It's been a great place to be for 14 years.
Well, I think it makes a lot of sense. It's something we talk about all the time, is how much of a binding thing sports and the schools can be they can build a community out of, like you said, not a city. It's pulled that area together.
Yes, sir. And the neat thing
Coach,
at Hillgrove has been we've had success in a lot of sports. A lot of times the school's known as they're a baseball school or a football school. We've been, we went to the quarters. Our baseball team played for a state championship. Our soccer teams went deep in the playoffs. Our lacrosse teams did. And it's just a well-rounded school, athletically and academically. It's a unique place.
Well, Coach Phillip Ironside, we certainly appreciate your time this evening. Best of luck in the game, and we look forward to covering it this evening. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back.
Magic Wand Deck Restoration Plus, serving Midwest Georgia, offers deck restoration services plus much more. A 5-star rated company, certified in wood restoration, can restore your deck to its original beauty. Save your wood and save your money. Free consultations and affordable maintenance plans available. Call Shane today at 770-616-1787 or visit them online at magicwanddeckrestoration.net. Since 1981, Southside Wrecker Service has provided Coweta County and the South Metro area with reliable towing, recovery, and roadside assistance services. Next time you need a tow, call their friendly and professional staff of well-trained operators, featuring a fleet of modern equipment for light and heavy-duty towing and equipment transport. Georgia DOT certified, available 24/7. Call them at 770-964-8220 or visit them online at southsidewreckers.com. Southside Wrecker Service. We get you there. As a lifelong Newton Cougar family, the Motlas are proud supporters of high school athletics. Thanks to the Motla family for helping make it possible to view tonight's action. Please don't hesitate to call Van, Jessica, and the Motla Hines team for all your real estate needs. Call them today at 770-376-7778. That's 770-376-7778. From the Motla family to yours, go Cougars.
We all know nothing goes with sports like hot wings, and nobody does hot wings in Fayette and Coweta County like HJ Wings and Things in Tyrone, Peachtree City, and now brand spanking new location down in Sonoa. Come by and see them for all those hot wings you love, the flavors you want, and all those things that are also wonderful. You name it, they've got it across the board, and they have great facilities and a staff who will take care of you second to none.
We're joined by Coach Johnny White of Douglas County. Coach, I want to thank you for joining us this evening. We're excited about doing your ball game tonight, and really wanted to ask you, what are the big advantages to taking on a school like Hillgrove, back-to-back region champs in one of the best regions in 7A? They had a great season last year, but you guys played them as well as anybody did. How does that help you week 2, 3 on down the road?
I mean, it helps us because it lets us know that really I think we have a good region, but at the same time it lets us know that if we can play with them, that we should be able to play with anybody in our region. I mean, they're a well-coached football team. They got athletes. They play hard. They're fundamentally sound. So everything you're looking for as a coach, as a measuring stick, you're going to get it out of Hillgrove.
Well, and Coach, I know I think maybe this region doesn't get the respect it deserves because we don't have a Cobb County, a Gwinnett County, a North Fulton squad in it. But this is a region that's as deep as probably any in 6A.
Yes, I think our region is one of the best in the area, and I think the problem is sometimes by the time we get to the playoffs, honestly, we done beat each other up so bad that it's hard to get them there healthy. I mean, Mays, Langston Hughes, a perennial playoff team. Alexander is always good. Northgate is always sound. South Portland has come up. Even Tri-Cities with the addition of Terrence Banks coming from Newton County, makes them where you really have to be ready to play. So I think I'll put our region up in 6A against anybody in the state.
I would agree with you on that, Coach. I think one of the things that maybe people around the area don't realize about Douglas County is just how good – we talk about the athletes, how good you guys are on the field, but in the classroom, the Tigers have excelled as well.
It is the best academic school I've ever been to in my 25 years of coaching. I had no idea what I was getting into when I got there, but once I got there and got involved with the program, we have a great leader in Mr. Andre Weaver, who makes everybody feel comfortable at home. He tells the kids every day that we believe in them and we want to see them succeed and we want them to have fun. And we had, like, on my football team last year, we had 6 kids that graduated 4.0 GPA 4 years. We had 2 of those kids who both signed football scholarships who had never missed a day of high school, straight attendance records. We had a kid sign at Brown, and it allows us with that IB school to really get the best academic kids in the county that just happen to play football.
Well, Coach, y'all have got some exciting stuff going on over there at Douglas County. Your record since you've been there speaks for itself, and we thank you so much for joining us this evening. Best of luck tonight against Hillgrove, and that will do it for this segment. We'll be back with more pregame in just a moment.
Magic Wand Deck Restoration Plus, serving Midwest Georgia, offers deck restoration services plus much more. A 5-star rated company, certified in wood restoration, can restore your deck to its original beauty. Save your wood and save your money. Free consultations and affordable maintenance plans available. Call Shane today at 770-616-1787 or visit them online at magicwanddeckrestoration.net. Since 1981, Southside Wrecker Service has provided Coweta County and the South Metro area with reliable towing, recovery, and roadside assistance services. Next time you need a tow, call their friendly and professional staff of well-trained operators featuring a fleet of modern equipment for light and heavy-duty towing and equipment transport. Georgia DOT certified, available 24/7. Call them at 770-964-8220 or visit them online at southsiderecords.com. Southside Wrecker Service. We get you there. As a lifelong Newton Cougar family, the Motlas are proud supporters of high school athletics. Thanks to the Motla family for helping make it possible to view tonight's action. Please don't hesitate to call Van, Jessica, and the Motla Hines team for all your real estate needs. Call them today at 770-376-7778. That's 770-376-7778. From the Motla family to yours, go Cougars.
We all know nothing goes with sports like hot wings, and nobody does hot wings in Fayette and Coweta County like HJ Wings and Things in Tyrone, Peachtree City, and now brand spanking new location down in Sonoa. Come by and see them for all those hot wings you love, the flavors you want, and all those things that are also wonderful. You name it, they've got it across the board, and they have great facilities and a staff who will take care of you second to none. And welcome to Douglas County High School for your Midwest Georgia Game of the Week. Douglas County, Hillgrove coming in. Hillgrove won this one last year. James O'Brien, Brooks Austin with you. And Brooks, we ought to have a good one tonight. Douglas County played them about as well as anybody did last year until they got in the playoffs and lost.
No, man, super excited for tonight's matchup here between Douglas County and Hillgrove. You know, a little muggy night tonight, James. We had a little bit of rain pregame. Hopefully it keeps off on us. But, no, man, I'm super excited about tonight's matchup between these two good football teams.
Yeah, and it ought to be, you know, you're dealing with about half of Hillgrove's starters are back this year. Got a change at quarterback with Douglas County. I think that's the big unknown. Going to be a little bit more athletic. Young man played defense and offense, wide receiver, defensive back for him. But Justin Franklin getting the start tonight for Douglas County. And then, of course, you can look at Hillgrove last year. That 12-1 record made it all the way to the state playoffs. And they play in one of the tougher regions in 7A with McEachern and all the folks up there, Marietta, North Cobb, you know, all the names you know, but didn't lose till they got in the playoffs. It's a pretty good run, and they're back-to-back region champs looking for that three-peat.
Yeah, no, Hillgrove's definitely got a good squad returning. As you mentioned, about half of their starters returning this year. Got a chance to see them last week against Grayson, so they should be well prepped for tonight's game against Douglas County here. One thing to note here tonight, we will not see Miles Murphy, the defensive end, commit to Clemson. So he's out with a foot injury, supposed to be 4 to 5 weeks. But no, Hillgrove, like you said, like you mentioned, 12-1 last year. Excited to see what they've got in this 2019 campaign for the Hawks out of Cobb County.
Well, and the thing that's going to be, let's take a quick break for the anthem.
Magic Wand Deck Restoration Plus, serving Midwest Georgia, offers deck restoration services plus much more. A 5-star rated company, certified in wood restoration, can restore your deck to its original beauty. Save your wood and save your money. Free consultations and affordable maintenance plans available. Call Shane today at 770-616-1787 or visit them online at magicwanddeckrestoration.net. Since 1981, Southside Wrecker Service has provided Coweta County and the South Metro area with reliable towing, recovery, and roadside assistance services. Next time you need a tow, call their friendly and professional staff of well-trained operators featuring a fleet of modern equipment for light and heavy-duty towing and equipment transport. Georgia DOT certified, available 24/7. Call them at 770-964-8220 or visit them online at southsiderecords.com. Southside Wrecker Service. We get you there. As a lifelong Newton Cougar family, the Motlas are proud supporters of high school athletics. Thanks to the Motla family for helping make it possible to view tonight's action. Please don't hesitate to call Van, Jessica, and the Motla Hines team for all your real estate needs. Call them today at 770-376-7778. That's 770-376-7778. From the Motla family to yours, go Cougars.
We all know nothing goes with sports like hot wings, and nobody does hot wings in Fayette and Coweta County like HJ Wings and Things in Tyrone, Peachtree City, and now brand spanking new location down in Sonoa. Come by and see them for all those hot wings you love, the flavors you want, and all those things that are also wonderful. You name it, they've got it across the board, and they have great facilities and a staff who will take care of you second to none. And welcome back to Douglas County High School. Great rendition of the American Anthem there by the Douglas County Band. And looking at Douglas County last year coming off an 8-3 season, 7-1 in region play, lost that opener and then won in region play. Disappointment in the playoffs. I think they felt like they could make a run. They get upset in round one.
Yeah, always going to be hungry coming back from a tough playoff loss like that in round one, coming off an 8-3 football season last year. So, as you mentioned, with an 8-3 regular season record, you go into the playoffs with a little bit higher expectations, and maybe they didn't quite live up to that, but it definitely left those, seniors coming back this year a lot hungrier, especially younger class, when they get to at least experience that first-round playoff, see what it's like, see what playoff football here in Georgia is all about there, and, you know, the late fall moving on into the winter.
Well, and, you know, I think quietly Douglas County's been very consistently at the top of a very difficult region in 6A. You know, they're continuing to be in the playoffs year after year, winning region championships. And what Coach White's doing over here kind of goes unnoticed because it's stuck over here on the west side of Atlanta and not in Cobb or Gwinnett County or North Fulton. And you kind of go under the radar a little bit over here.
Yeah, certainly growing up here in Douglas County, man, there's plenty of athletes for Douglas County High School to rein in and bring in here. And Coach White's definitely done a good job of kind of steering this program in the right direction where they want to be. I know we were talking in pregame, they got a lot of you know, additions coming onto this campus here, and a lot of it's revolving around this football program. And you know, like we said, the 8-3 record last year, looking for a little bit more this season. And with a new quarterback there, Justin Franklin, we'll kind of see what he can do. As we talked about last year, he was playing defensive back for them and a little bit of wide receiver. So going to be more of an athlete playing quarterback tonight, but certainly going to be exciting, James.
That it will be. And I think when you look at this region, Douglas County and Mays probably the front runners, but it's so deep. I mean, you've got playoff teams as deep as 6 or 7 in this region, and only 4 can go. So it's going to be difficult to get there. Douglas County's done a really good job of navigating that. We'll see how they do. I think this could be a big jump-off point for them tonight if they can find a way to win this one.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, this region, like you mentioned, is very, very tough. And that's how we see a team like Douglas County last year get into the playoffs with an 8-3 record and a pretty high seed there. So seed last year in the playoff round. So, you know, with the region like it is, they might beat up each other a couple games here this season. And so maybe you don't have to be 12-0 going into the playoffs to get a higher ranking seed and get that home playoff game that everybody wants to have in high school playoff football.
Well, that's exactly it. And you know you're playing in a good region, but it's always great to get out, take on a team like a Hillgrove. It's a good measuring stick. Team coming out of a very tough 7A region. So it'll be exciting for Douglas County to see how they compete tonight. They competed very well against them last year.
Yeah, great environment out here too tonight, James. We got 2 really good bands here from these big high schools. You know, Hillgrove being 7A out of Cobb County. And like we talked about already, they did play Grayson last week in their, you know, scrimmage game, in their tune-up game, if you will. So not necessarily full speed and live bullets last week in that football game, but they're definitely going to be prepared for a really big front that they're going to see tonight from Douglas County on both sides of the football. We're going to see a really big defensive line and especially a really big offensive line here from Douglas County High School. Yeah,
there's no doubt about that. And it's going to be interesting to just see how much, you know, Franklin is an athlete. He can run the ball. It's going to be interesting to see how much they actually air it out. Is it going to be one of those where they throw it just enough to keep them honest? You know, we've seen that with take Georgia Tech and their old offense, for instance. If they could be successful in the pass game at all, it really opened up things with the run. So it's going to be interesting to see how well Douglas County can do that. A little success early through the air could be pay big dividends in the second half of this ball game.
Yes, I spoke to Coach John, one of their offensive coaches, in pregame today, and, you know, they do run a spread. It's more of a run option out of the spread system. So what they're going to try to do tonight with the pass game is just keep the threat of Hillgrove, keep the threat of the passing game there, at least a viable option, in hopes of lightening the box a little bit and opening up that run game. But they're definitely going to lead with the run tonight is Douglas County. Now, Hillgrove definitely undersized here, but a really well-coached football team, and we'll see what they can do defensively against this Douglas County High School football team.
Yeah, and that was one of the things when we were talking with the coaches at Hillgrove. They'd had size the last couple of years, something that they're not used to up there at Hillgrove. Hillgrove's normally, you know, if you're south side, think Stars Mill, McIntosh, Whitewater. A little undersized, not always as athletic as the people they're playing, but it's the discipline they play with that really pays big dividends for them.
Yeah, and an extremely large roster, right? If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, if you're not doing what you're asked to be doing from the coaching staff, you're certainly going to find your way onto the time. So, you know, they dress about 100 guys, it looks like, in that game. So I'm sure we'll get to see a handful of them, but we'll see what they got.
And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with live action here in just a moment.
Magic Wand Deck Restoration Plus, serving Midwest Georgia, offers deck restoration services plus much more. A 5-star rated company, certified in wood restoration.
Okay, you want us talking right now?
Its original beauty. Save your wood and save your money.
Brooks, go ahead and talk. We're having an issue with this cord.
All right, so we're talking
today at 770-616-1220. 888-346-1787 or visit them online at magicwanddecrestoration.net. Since 1981, Southside Wrecker Service has provided Coweta County and the South Metro area with reliable towing, recovery, and roadside assistance services. Next time you need a tow, call their friendly and professional staff of well-trained operators featuring a fleet of modern equipment for light and heavy-duty towing and equipment transport. Georgia DOT certified, available 24/7. Call them at 770-964-8220 or visit them online at southsiderecords.com. Southside Wrecker Service, we get you there. As a lifelong Newton Cougar family, the Motlas are proud supporters of high school athletics. Thanks to the Motla family for helping make it possible to view tonight's action. Please don't hesitate to call Van, Jessica, and the Motla Hines team for all your real estate needs. Call them today at 770-376-7778. That's 770-376-7778. From the Motla family to yours, go Cougars.
We all know nothing goes with sports like hot wings, and nobody does hot wings in Fayette and Coweta County like H.J. Wings and Things in Tyrone, Peachtree City, and now brand spanking new location down in Sonoa. Come by and see them for all those hot wings you love, the flavors you want, and all those things that are also wonderful. You name it, they've got it across the board, and they have great facilities and a staff who will take care of you second to none. And welcome back to Douglas County High School as we're getting ready for kickoff. Both teams getting ready to come on the field. James O'Brien, Brooks Austin with you on the call this evening, and turning into a gorgeous night for August. I mean, we're high above the stadium up on the press box on the home side, and a little bit of a breeze. The sun's fading behind the clouds. It's going to turn into a nice night.
Yeah, you can't help but smile, James, when you're out here on a beautiful fall evening like this, man. Football season is officially here. I know we had a couple scrimmage games in the area last week, but this is the official kickoff of the 2019 football season. We got college football tomorrow.
Absolutely.
NFL football kicking up. So, man, everyone should be excited for a great football season. And we're about to get them, man. They're about to come out right now here at Douglas County High School. So,
yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We wait all summer, and it'll be over before you know it.
Yeah. You blink and it'll be done.
Exactly. So sit back and enjoy, folks. This is what we've been waiting for. And, you know, the field looks beautiful out here. They've got the turf. That's been a recent addition, but you were talking about it. They've got huge changes coming to this facility. It is going to be the shining spot in Douglas County for high school football. And part of it is the GHSA with the rules. You got to have X number of seats to host the third round and beyond. They don't want to see their teams have success and then have to go on the road because they haven't built the facilities necessary. So they're taking care of that. They're being very proactive in it, and it's going to pay dividends for the whole community out here, because this will be used, this stadium, when it's redone, will be used by the entire county if they end up in that situation where they would be looking at having to go on the road when they should be a home team.
Yeah, no, and Douglas County definitely a found tradition here, a historic tradition here with the likes of Mike Tolbert and Ricky Dobbs and guys like that, and a program that you just want to have, you know, great facilities on the opposing side. And this is a facility that hasn't quite been redone in quite a few decades. So they definitely need it here in Douglas County, and they're definitely going to get it here soon. And you know, we were talking in pregame, this football team's going to have a little bit of a difficulty next year going on the road in their first 6 home games. So we'll see how they do that next year.
Yeah, at least they'll pretty well have it sorted out before region games start. But it will be an interesting start. But it sounds like it's going to be well worth it as the teams get ready to come off the field here.
Good energy tonight, isn't it, James?
It really is. It really is. And looking forward to doing this one. And we've got good we've got a really good lineup for you. We'll go through what the season's going to look like as the game progresses this afternoon. And there come the Hillgrove Hawks.
Here comes Hillgrove onto the field, led by their senior left tackle, number 74 there, James Reddick. Pretty good, listed as a tight end, but is playing left tackle for him, real solid. And here comes Douglas County, James. no better energy than when you're coming through the gate right there in pregame, James.
Absolutely not. You got the burgers cooking in the background. I mean, this is as good as it gets.
Yeah, at Hudson's for a little pregame meal, man. Hey. Got to. Come to Douglas County. Got to get you some Hudson's Hickory Barbecue House
Absolutely.
over there on Broad Street.
Absolutely.
Referees had their final meeting. Looks like we're about to have kick. I wasn't paying attention to the toss during the toss, James. Did we see who won the toss?
I did not see who won the toss. I guess we'll see when they hit the field who's going to kick.
It looks to me Douglas County sending their kicking team out here to line up on the 40-yard line. So Hillgrove will be starting with the football here tonight. So we'll get to see our first dose of number 12, Matthew McCravey, the senior quarterback from Hillgrove.
And I don't know about you, but I always like to start on defense.
Yeah.
To me, it's such an advantage at the start of the second half. Yes. You can either make a comeback or you can kind of put that next nail in the coffin when you get the ball first in the second half. So I don't know who won the toss, but I like where Douglas County's at with this as far as the kickoff goes.
Yeah, most definitely. As a former offensive lineman, I always like to have the defense start and let them go out there and set the tone while I, calm my nerves a little bit before we get that opening kick.
There you go. And it looks like Austin Lewis will do the kicking duties for Douglas County.
And back to receive for Hillgrove, it looks like number 4, Isaiah McCray. And I can't quite see who that is on the other end. It looks like number 17, Victor Alou. Oh, number 17's right there. Sorry about that, guys and gals. Cameron Kawa.
And we're about ready to go here. And 2019's underway. Going to go over to Kawa, taking on a bounce. Nice move there to get away from a couple people. I think we're going to have a face mask there, it looked like to me, Austin. Brooks.
Yeah, what a good run by number 11 that is. That's Travis Walker, it looks like there, James.
Okay.
Made a couple moves there and got up to about the 40-yard line. So we're going to see our first dose of Hillgrove today.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see a flag. It looked like they'd got a face mask, but I don't think Douglas County's complaining.
So we'll get to see our first dose of the 4-star Jonathan Jefferson here in the 2021 class. A pretty big target here out of Douglas County playing defensive end for him.
Takes a little quick hitter off to the far side, juggle it, but going to get some good yards. Tough running there.
Yeah, that's Travaris Walker again there on the quick screen pass. A little stop right there on the outside. Got about 9 yards. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 1. And there we see it, Matthew McCravey right there, the senior quarterback we were talking about. James, fun fact, his younger brother is actually his backup there. And the youngest McCravey brothers, the starting quarterback for the 8th grade team there at Hillgrove as well. So a family full of quarterbacks there in the McCraveys.
Sounds like it. Not sure what they're eating for breakfast, but keep it up. Low snap, going to overthrow him just a little bit. Kind of stopped on the route to me.
Yeah, intended for T.J. Thomas right there, number 18. Little bubble screen out of the backfield. Yeah, feet got a little choppy there. Felt the defender on him. I believe that was number 3 from Douglas County there, Jay Arnold, the linebacker, the junior.
And as you said, a little bit of a size advantage for the line on both, going both ways for Douglas County. Takes a snap, going to hand to the tailback. And big-time hit there, driving him back.
There he is again, Jay Arnold, number 3, the linebacker, sticking him for no gain. Going to force a 4th down right here at midfield. We'll see the decision from Hillgrove. Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field, though, James.
Little early season gamble here. And we'll see see if they snap it or if they can just get somebody to jump, maybe with a little early jitters. Nope, they're going to snap it, a little toss to the far side. Good defense, but he breaks away from one. Let's see where they're going to I think he got enough for the first down.
You know, that play call there, James, may be a little early indication of what Hillgrove believes of their inside linemen against their matchup against Douglas County. They're on 4th and 1. They elect to have a toss sweep. And it looks like they're going to go quick here with a little no huddle. McCravey lining up in the shotgun there in the pistol formation again. So
that's one way to neutralize some of that size advantage in this early August heat. Going to drop back. Good pressure coming his way. He's going to get rid of it and hit almost immediately.
Hit by number 22. That's Jaden Woldesalasi, the defensive back from Douglas County.
That's going to set up a second and see where they mark it.
Looks like it's going to be about 2nd and 8 there, James.
Yeah, I got conversation. Yeah, he's coming in.
Is that a flag on the far sideline, James? I believe it is.
Yeah, looks like had a face mask. I knew they were having a long conversation. I didn't see the flag because it was laying on the other side of the officials.
Young eyes, James, young eyes.
There you go.
So that'll be a 15-yard penalty against Douglas County there for the face mask penalty. They'll mark it off. It'll be an automatic first down for the Hillgrove Hawks.
And this team's just simply too good to be given free first downs to. So see if Douglas County can clean that up. And we're going to have a.
Looks like that's going to be a false start. Yes, sir. False start on the left guard, it looked like there. Maybe didn't necessarily know that there was a motion coming in play right there. But we've seen a lot of the pistol formation here from Hillgrove in this first series there, James. Tailbacks, they're rotating them in. Number 4, Isaiah McCray, and number 18, it looks like T.J. Thomas. So a lot of guys getting touches early here for Hillgrove in that pistol formation.
Yeah, I tell you, the heat's going to be less of a factor than normal for a week 1 start. Really not bad out here. Handoff and hit immediately breaks away a whole host of Tigers there to bring him down.
Some gang tackling there from the Tigers pursuing the football. Some good stuff there from the defense. I'm sure the defense coordinator's happy up here in the booth. Going to force a 2nd and 15. I don't know about you, James, but there's not a lot of play calls in the playbook for this type of situation.
No, you would think probably go for something medium length here, try and break this maybe into 2 bites, although they've already shown a willingness to go for it on 4th down here early on in the ball game. Going to drop back. A little pressure, almost got a handle. I don't know how he pulled that down. He's going to break down to the 10, rumbling and stumbling and busts his way into the end zone. What a play for Hillgrove.
Like he got down to the 1 right there. They're going to call him short. But, yeah, what a play by number 11 right there, Trey Walker, making an incredible play after the catch. A lot of yards after contact, broke a few tackles right there. Douglas County, early in this game, James, going to need to start wrapping up.
Yeah, that's the one thing we've seen here early, and I tell you what, Walker runs a lot harder than his size would indicate.
McCravey fit that ball in a hole right there, James. It was
tight
tight coverage.
And it looks like they are going to mark him just short here. Take the snap, hand it off right up the middle. And they got enough push to get it done. That's touchdown Hillgrove.
All right, so we got a quick drive right there. A little 2 minutes, 51 seconds right down the field for the Hillgrove Hawks, helped by a personal foul right there.
Right. And that's got to be a little discouraging if you're Douglas County. You played some really good defense around midfield, almost had them stopped. You give up the first down, immediately give up a big penalty. Next thing you know, you're trailing 6-0.
Yeah, a couple big things in that drive right there, James. Obviously, you open by giving a 40-yard return there. They start the possession at daggum near midfield. And then, like you said, the personal foul and then a 4th and 1 conversion. So a bit of bad luck for Douglas County there.
The Grout's conversion is good. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more from Douglas County High School in just a moment.
As a lifelong Newton Cougar family, the Mottlas are proud supporters of high school athletics. Thanks to the Mottla family for helping make it possible to view tonight's action. Please don't hesitate to call Van, Jessica, and the Mottla Hines team for all your real estate needs. Call them today at 770-376-7778. That's 770-376-7778. From the Mottla family to yours, go.
And welcome back to Douglas County High School as Hillgrove up 7-0. Cheris about to kick it off here for Hillgrove. That's a nice boot. Going to take him deep into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
I don't know your thoughts on that rule there, James, but I almost would like to see in high school them be able to return those kicks that go into the end zone, man.
You know, it's such a concerted effort to almost do away with the kickoff off without officially doing away with the kickoff.
Yeah.
They're really doing anything they can, and I know the big collisions come on kickoffs. I understand it, but it does kind of change the fabric of the game sometimes, especially if you've got somebody who's really a dynamic athlete like both these teams possess, and to take that out of the game is a shame, but I do understand the health side of it.
Yes, sir, most definitely. I mean, I would imagine in the future we'll probably eliminate it from the game entirely, but we'll see our first snap here from number 4 from Douglas County, Justin Franklin.
Going to take it, and a little quick hitter, build a little confidence, and going to be driven out of bounds after a couple-yard gain. Not a bad way to get him started.
No, you got to get the young man some confidence. His first career start at quarterback. Like we mentioned earlier, he was playing wide receiver and DB, and he's already played DB in this game, James. We saw him coming off the field last possession, so a kid who's going to be asked to do it all tonight in Justin Franklin.
Looks like it's going to be officially 3 yards on the gain. That'll set up a 2nd and 7 for Douglas County. Their first possession of the ballgame, 9:04 to go. Another little quick hitter, nice little slant pass, and that's going to be good enough for the first down.
You know, and a really well-designed play there from Douglas County. The number 2 wide receiver occupied a little bit of space and created some space for number 9 right there on the slant route to Connie Walker, the junior.
So a couple quick hitters for the Douglas County offense as they line up with a 1st and 10 on their own 33. Now going to hand to the tailback, makes one man miss, going to get about 2 yards on it.
Yeah, a little bit of a counter play there from Douglas County. Great pursuit on the play from linebacker Hillgrove. Hillgrove linebacker number 52, Zach Parker. And number 20 was there as well, Jordan Smith.
So Franklin will stay in the shotgun. Take it, hands to Oldfield. Oldfield going to make another man miss, pulls away, and makes another man. You're not tackling that young man with your hands.
No, a lot of shake from Michael Oldfield tonight, number 6 right there from Douglas County. Made about 2 men miss right there and got the first down. Gained about 9 or 10 yards right there. Douglas County, good start to a solid drive right here.
That's going to be a 1st and 10 for Douglas County on their own 44. As they look to match Hillgrove's first drive of the ball game. And just watch him.
I mean, that's really nothing but number 6 right there. That's all him making a play.
Yep, he's going to keep it himself this time and going to get about a yard out of it. Good defense there by Hillgrove.
We got a helmet off right here from number 74 from Douglas County, Julian Daly. He's probably going to have to, he's going to have to come out for a snap. So we'll see who's ready to come off the field for Douglas County. Come off the sideline and fill in for the guard right there.
It looks like Candace Walker checking in.
Yeah, we got number 48 checking in at left guard.
Take the snap, quick drop, and a little screen pass. He's got some room to run up to the 50. Going to pull through another man, and it's going to be real close to the first down. It's going to depend on the spot. I think he may have it.
That's number 15 right there, Eric Campbell, the senior tailback. Yeah, a little swing route right there to the tailback out of the backfield. And like we talked about there with the young quarterback in Justin Franklin, getting the guy a lot of easy completions right here. Here's the replay. Getting your athletes into open space, that is the motto right here for Douglas County tonight.
And Franklin showing good composure, hits another one, and well defended there. Great job getting off the block to make the open field tackle.
That's number 22, Andrew Worthy. And like you said, yeah, made the first receiver miss on the supposed to be block, and then made the play behind the line of scrimmage. Going to be 2nd and 11 here, James, for Douglas County. You don't like to get behind the sticks, especially when you've been moving the ball down the field.
Oh, Franklin stays in the shotgun. Going to fake to the tailback. A little quick hitter, couldn't find the handle. We got a flag down.
I think we may get an illegal man downfield here, James. We'll see what the head man calls here in the white hat. Got a little bit of a discussion here in midfield.
Now, Douglas County folks signaling they think it is on Hillgrove. I saw somebody tugging at a face mask, so.
Let's see what the white cap says right here, James. It is a face mask against the defense right there, so going to be a 15-yard penalty. Or is that they're calling an incidental face mask, so it's just a 5-yard penalty.
Right.
That's a new rule they enacted a couple years ago here in high school football. Incidental face mask worth 15, the personal foul face mask, or excuse me, the incidental face mask worth 5, the personal foul worth 15.
And I think that was a good rule change. It's just a common sense. Sometimes you're going to hit that face mask with no intent.
Two tailbacks in the backfield.
Yep, going to fake it and keep it himself. All kinds of pressure coming his way. Can't get away from.
Number 44, that's Jordan Abernathy, the junior defensive end. Going to get a lot more run these early first 5 weeks, says Jordan Abernathy, with Miles Murphy out with that toe injury. So, you know, a young man getting an opportunity to, you know, make a name of himself for when the 5th-ranked player in the country is out. So
that's going to bring up a big 3rd and 6 for the Tigers here. Look, try to keep this drive alive. Franklin's going to snap it. And he's going to tuck it and run. He's going to have the first down and scamper out of bounds just across the marker.
You know, I like that play call right there. Get the young man outside the pocket. Get him on the move where he seems comfortable. And give him the option like he had right there. If no one's open, man, tuck that thing and run it. You're one of the better athletes on the field.
It puts a lot of pressure on that defense. You start making defenders make decisions at that point.
Yeah, either come off my man and go make the tackle or stay with my responsibility and save a first down. He gets it anyways, picks up the first down for Douglas County. 1st and 10 at about the 35 here, James.
Down to 5:48, 1st and 10. Going to hand to Oldfield right up the middle and going to push the pile. A nice surge by the offensive line.
I was about to say a push it was there, James, from the middle of that offensive line there for Douglas County, led by the center right there, Josh Bentley, the senior center for Douglas County. A big young man there in the middle. Stands, it looks at about 6'3", 305 right there in the middle of that Douglas County offensive line.
And that's something that if, you know, you feel like if Douglas County can keep this thing close, could be a big advantage for them late in this ball game.
Yeah, they're certainly milking the clock on this drive, James. 4 minutes already as we stand here at the 33-yard line.
A little swing pass again. Got a little bit of room down the far side and going to be good for a couple yards.
I will say this. He might want to start tucking that ball away. Hillgrove looks like they're ripping at it. We got a flag,
another flag
on the play.
A wonderful.
Go ahead.
Smells like a holding call to me.
That's what I was about to say. Anytime you see a handkerchief on the ground behind the ball carrier, odds are it's on the offense. Indeed, it is a hold.
That's a big penalty right there.
Yeah, and judged by the body language from number 71 right there, David Okangaro, I would assume that holding call was on him. You can always tell when an offensive lineman makes a mistake, they're never happy about that holding call.
Yeah, you don't have to call the number. They'll give themselves away.
Yeah, exactly. Again, man, you get off schedule here for this offensive unit here from Douglas County. Now you're looking at a 2nd and 19.
And we're going to hit a little quick crossing route. Almost intercepted on the bobble. That could have been a big-time problem.
There's certainly a drop there from number 84, but also a ball could have been placed a little bit better. You'll see here in the replay. Ball on the back shoulder, number 84 right there. And it's tough, man, as a wide receiver. Your eyes are going to be up on those screen passes because you're going to make sure your head's not getting taken off on those tunnel screens, James.
Yeah, Salem almost able to take the ball away. Douglas County now with a 3rd and 20. Not a lot in the playbook for that one.
Yeah, my old friend Michael McKinney would call this 3rd and a zip code.
Yep.
Roll out again here, James.
Got a man and overthrows it.
Ball almost picked off there by number 7 from Hillgrove. That's Reuben Lowry, the senior defensive back.
So Douglas County looking to probably kick this away, one would think. 4th and 20.
Yeah, the punt team is coming on, James, so we'll see what Douglas County's punters got here. Looks like we got a little bit of confusion, though. Yep. You know, this will certainly.
They have to burn a timeout, and that is not going to make Coach White happy.
That's exactly my sentiment there, James. This will certainly tick an offensive coach, or excuse me, a head coach off right here. This is something you practice all week, special teams units, and keeping your guys on the field at the same time, keeping the right 11 on the field. And a different formation here for Douglas County.
All kinds of confusion as a flag comes down out of. I'll make it a 2nd and 25. And I think we may see more of a standard lineup here.
Yeah, perhaps they know something we don't know, James. Maybe they were just creating a little more room for the young kicker, number 98 here.
Mark San Nicholas.
Mark San Nicholas. Old St. Nick, if you will.
A more traditional lineup here this time. St. Nicholas will kick it away. It's high, not real deep. We're going to take a Douglas County bounce. And the outcome's not a bad one. Going to get them the ball on about the 21-yard line. And
looks like Hillgrove's going to get the ball back here at the 21-yard line. So we'll see McGravy and his offense come back out for their second possession here.
Yeah, we'll see what Douglas County.
The player to watch right there, Trey Walker, number 11. We've already seen a heavy dose of him already. He's the gentleman, young man who brought the ball back on the kickoff.
And runs a lot bigger than 5'9", 183.
Absolutely. Plays a lot bigger than 5'9", 183. That is correct, James.
We'll put a man in motion this time. There's a nice block on the outside. He's going to get about 7, maybe 8 yards on the run.
Isaiah McCray, the tailback there from Hillgrove, running with great patience behind his offensive line, not pressing the blocks too hard, waiting for the hole to open up. Gain about 8 yards right there. That's a good, proficient offensive play right there for Hillgrove.
And that's one of those things that you really can't coach it. Either a running back has that sixth sense or they don't. And he definitely possesses it. He's going to get the ball again. A little bit of a crease, enough for the first down.
Looks like number 10 from Douglas County right there, Kenyatta Robinson, coming down and making a play from his secondary position. It's kind of an interesting pace from Hillgrove here, James. Sometimes they're as quick as they can be. Sometimes they're getting a little check with me from the coaching staff there on the sideline.
Yep, he's going to take the snap, hand the tail back again, right up the middle. Big hit right in the center there. But the pile's going to be driven for probably about a 4-yard gain. He was popped big time, but was able to gain a little yardage out of it.
Yeah, that's number 18, T.J. Thomas, keeping his feet moving. But you're right, man. Took an absolute lick there in the middle of the hole early, but managed to gain 2 yards, keep his momentum moving forward. Impressive run by the young tailback there from Hillgrove.
So they're going to give him about 2 yards on the play. Make it a 2nd and 8. We'll put it in the air, a little quick hitter to wide open receiver on the sideline. And that's going to be enough for the first down.
I'll tell you one thing's evident right here, James. They do not want to hold the ball too long there in that at that quarterback position with guys like Justin Jefferson and Joshua Robinson bearing down on their necks all night tonight, the big defensive ends, the bookends from Douglas County here. Big boys right here.
Well, and that's one thing. You're seeing the philosophy difference already. Smaller team wants to hurry it up, make these big guys run. Bigger team wants to lean on you and push you around. And that's once again, keeping those legs turning, and pile keeps right on moving.
I'm telling you what, it's inspired running right there from number 18. And we talked about number 44 in pregame from Douglas County as well, the fire plug, Kyron Thomas, the defensive lineman there, playing interior for him. And, man, he does not get moved back from Douglas County. Those runs up the middle, if they're getting stopped, it's because of the big boy.
Take the snap, we're going to run it off to the tackle, then cut it back inside.
He must have heard my name because there he was, Kyron Thomas making the play on the draw. Getting incredible movement there on the inside of that defensive line, pushing his opponent back and making the play.
It's going to set up about a 3rd and 4 for Hillgrove. And the big man's going to come off, take a quick blow.
Well deserved there, James, well deserved.
Down to 2:04 here in the first period. Hillgrove with a 7-0 lead. There's a snap, going to drop back. Got all kinds of pressure coming his way, and hits him in front of the defense. That was just a well-designed play that kind of cleared everybody out and had a nice little cushion to throw into.
That's Cameron Kawa there, the wide receiver from Hillgrove on the catch. Nice little play design, looked like a screen pass there, but it wasn't. They slipped him in there on a little over route. Number 1 takes it down for about a 17-yard gain. We got a 1st and 10 here at the 34-yard line.
Hillgrove will take the snap. Got pressure coming his way. He's going to run away from it. Going to have to throw it at the feet of his tailback.
It's a lot of pressure there from that Douglas County defensive line like we were talking about. Trying to set up a screen pass, it looked like was Hillgrove, but didn't quite get to it.
McCravey showing his experience, though.
Most definitely. Getting rid of the ball there in a situation where he doesn't need to throw a pick.
Exactly. In a position where it's not going to be picked off and he's not going to get a flag.
Exactly. A savvy veteran move there from the young quarterback from Hillgrove.
Now McCravey going to little quick screen pass and room to run down the sideline. He's going to take it all the way to the house. It's going to be 13-0 Hillgrove.
Number 6, Jalen Royals on the touchdown pass there for Hillgrove.
Looking to see,
seems like something's going on here at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I don't see a flag down, but I saw the white hat whistling, waving his arms.
And I don't see too much celebration here from Hillgrove on what would be a touchdown.
He just picked up. They're hiding the flags from us over there. That was laying out of bounds. No wonder we didn't see it.
We got a hold here, it looks like, on Hillgrove, so they'll be calling that back.
That is
the Douglas County faithful takes a sigh of relief.
That could be a huge momentum play in this ball game. We saw it with Douglas County. They had it rolling. They get the holding penalty. It kills the drive. This might give this Douglas County a defense an opportunity to regroup a little bit, put an end to this drive, and pushes them back far enough to where if they can stop them, maybe not even give up a field goal.
Yeah, you're going from what would be a touchdown to now a 2nd and 11. This defensive possession looking a little better for the Douglas County Tigers. We'll see if Jonathan Jefferson can make a play here, James.
McCravey going to hand a tailback. All kinds of pressure. They blew that play up.
And guess who? Number 44. Up in there again. Kalen Thomas making a havoc of that defense right there.
He almost took the handoff.
He almost did, man. He is, though. He is a fire hydrant there in the middle. And we were talking to some coaches in pregame, man. He would have some D1 offers, they believe, if he had a couple more inches.
Right. And there's Coach Ironsides, his 14th season at Hillgrove. Only coach they've ever known, and has built this program from scratch.
You got to love the locks there, the luscious flow.
Exactly. And we got another whistle. And go back him up a little bit more.
I'm going to tell you what, Coach Ironside looks like he could take a couple of his players if they wanted some of that smoke.
Yeah, I think
it takes a confident man to wear flip-flops on the sideline there, James. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, he's really enjoyed our conversation with him the other day. But flip-flops and the long locks, he's a different cat.
Yeah.
But you got to respect it, man. The record speaks for itself.
For sure.
Take the snap. Pressure coming his way again. Hit and bobbled. It should have been caught there down the sideline.
Man, I wish we had the replay right now. Kyron Thomas just put on a display of a push and pull, ripping guys down on their face right there. That's who got the pressure again. Mr. Thomas, just 3 plays in a row right there, James, absolutely creating havoc for this Douglas County defense. And what would have been a really great throw from McCravey right there.
Yeah.
While under pressure, almost made that pass and almost made that completion right there.
Yeah, it was an impressive throw by McCravey under big-time pressure. And that's going to give the ball back to Douglas County here as a first quarter down to only 51 seconds.
I'm going to tell you what, I see a lot of hands on hips right now from the Douglas County defense. Never a good sign for a defensive football team, but, hey, it's 4th down. They're about to get off the field, and it looks like we got another flag on the play, James.
Going to have a procedure. have had a couple things that remind you it is week 1.
Yes. Now, I watched this young man from Hillgrove, number 58. Let me check his name here, Jose Cherez. Or how would you pronounce that, James? 58 here.
I'm looking at the wrong team.
Either way, watched him in pregame, man. Got a leg on him,
yeah.
So maybe that procedure was intended. We'll see if he puts this in the end zone.
And a low line drive. And he's going to field it, and that was probably the right thing to do. Boy, that takes some courage.
Yeah, when the ball's rolling on like that, on the ground like that, I don't think you have the privy to a fair catch. Ball's
nope.
got to be in the air there. Once it hits the ground, you're pretty much live game if you want to get in there and touch that football.
Kind of that rugby-style kick, and it looked like a rugby kick.
You know, but back to what you were saying, James, there, it seemed like a goofy decision there from number 5, but it's actually going to pay off for him because I truly believe Hillgrove downs that inside the 1.
Absolutely. You had a ton of guys coming down there. Ball wasn't moving that fast, so I think you might be standing with a quarterback in the end zone if he doesn't make that play.
And we're getting a good shot right here, James, with just some size difference. Maybe not a height difference here against these two offensive and defensive lines, but definitely a width difference. There's some size and some girth there from the Douglas County boys.
And we'll see what Douglas County does with their second possession. We're driving it well, stalled after the holding call.
A big stop there from that defense, though.
Going to hand inside, bounce it outside, and he's going to get maybe 2 yards.
Looks like number 52 from Hillgrove there on the tackle. That's Zach Parker. Also number 2 coming down from his safety position, Andreas Keaton, making a play as well. So we're seeing some good wrap-up tackling here from Hillgrove. Not a lot of missed tackles from the football team, and some good execution here from this Hawks football team.
That in the early going, that to me is the biggest difference I've seen in these two clubs. Hillgrove just tackling a little bit better than Douglas County is early as a group. We've had some Douglas County players that were standout on their tackling, but that's going to do it for the first quarter.
Flew by on us, James.
It really did. The style of offense really chewed some clock. So after 1, your score's 7-0 Hillgrove. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more from Douglas County High School in just a moment.
As a lifelong Newton Cougar family, the Motlas are proud supporters of high school athletics. Thanks to the Motla family for helping make it possible to view tonight's action. Please don't hesitate to call Van, Jessica, and the Motla Hines team for all your real estate needs. Call them today at 770-376-7778. That's 770-376-7778. From the Motla family to yours, go Cougars.
We all know nothing goes with sports like hot wings, and nobody does hot wings in Fayette and Coweta County like HJ Wings and Things in Tyrone, Peachtree City, and now brand spanking new location down in Sonoa. Come by and see them for all those hot wings you love, the flavors you want, and all those things that are also wonderful. You name it, they've got it across the board, and they have great facilities and a staff who will take care of you second to none. And welcome back to Douglas County High School as the sun is starting to set off to our west. Douglas County with the ball to start off the second period, trailing by 7. And, you know, Brooks, they started out with a really good drive. It was really the holding call that was the difference. Then the holding call goes in their favor and brings back a touchdown by Hillgrove and really could change the complexion of this ballgame if they can find a way to get a scoring drive here.
Yeah, we'll see what they got here in just their third drive of the, of the game right here from Douglas County. A very quick first quarter.
Take it, hand to the, going to fake to the tailback, roll out, and hit a little screen pass. Going to be good for about maybe 4 on the play. So that's going to set up a third and about 5, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that Mr. Franklin feels a little more comfortable rolling out and staying outside that pocket and completing passes there. And I'm going to tell you what, I would too, man. I'm not trying to sit in there and get hit by them big boys.
Well, and it makes sense. You can really emphasize what he brings to the table, which is his athleticism. He'll stay in the backfield with Oldfield.
Oldfield's had a good game so far, real productive in his touches.
Going to drop back. Got all kinds of time.
Man.
Nice job by the offensive line. He's going to finally tuck it and run, and he'll get the first down and scamper out of bounds across the 20-yard line.
You're going to have to forgive me, James, but I got to give some claps to number 74 right there on that offensive line. That's some incredible effort from Julian Daly right there, running down his defender and getting a late push right there and creating that first down for his quarterback, even though the quarterback did do most of it with his legs there.
But that offensive line giving him the time. You know, the coverage was good on the back end. You know, and he finally sprung it around the far side for the first down. Big first down.
I had Trayvon Graham right there in the slot on a seam route, but it didn't look like he pulled it down before he got his eyes back to the seam.
Had forever back there. He's going to snap it. Fakes to Oldfield, keeps it himself, and he's going to get maybe a yard out of the play.
That's the tough thing about those read pass options, man. You got to make the correct decisions. And if you haven't done it a lot, which a new quarterback, first career start here in his high school career for Mr. Franklin, and it's tough, man. A lot of reads right there. Defensive end squatted on the play and made it for a 2-yard gain right there. That was number 21 from Hillgrove, Jabril Salam.
Well, that's one thing you've got to, you got to feel like if you're Douglas County, if you can be productive in the early part, he is going to be a completely different player week 10 than what he is right now.
Absolutely. Got to get off to a hot start. And, like you said, through the end of the year, he's definitely going to build some confidence. They're going to roll him out right here on a design run, it looked like.
Found a nice seam in there and cut it up. That's going to set up a third and looks like about 6. I'm going to call it 5.
You know, that's a good decision, I feel like, from this Douglas County coaching staff as well. Get him some design runs in there. Let him make a play or two with his feet and see what he can do.
Well, and the good part is they've done a good job of trying to keep him out of that 3rd and 8, 9 yards. 3rd and 5 is much more. You keep the entire playbook open, especially with his ability as an athlete.
So we got man coverage out here on the edge.
Oh, nice job, but getting up in the air.
Heck of a play there by Zach Parker, number 52. The linebacker from Hillgrove jumps up and knocks the pass down. And it looks like we're going to have 4th down here from Douglas County as they bring on the punting unit.
And two things that came out of that. You gave your defense a little bit of a breather. But the biggest thing is that 10 yards you got with the first down is huge downfield position. Your kicker's not standing in his end zone. You have the opportunity to maybe not give Hillgrove great, although they're going to have pretty good field position after this.
We'll see what the punt looks like. Snap's on the way. Good snap. Everyone got a pre-snap penalty, it looks like. We got a timeout, Hillgrove.
Well, that's a little surprising.
First timeout of the half here.
Might have a little trickeration coming our way.
I wouldn't imagine. I mean, whew.
I don't know what you're pulling on as a return team, but it's kind of an odd time to call a timeout, unless he saw something he just really didn't like.
Yeah, he must have been spooked by something there, James. I wouldn't imagine with 9.5 minutes left here in the second quarter that you'd be calling a timeout. And, James, you're going to have to forgive me, my man. If I get to swaying or bouncing around up here, that Douglas County band is hot, man. I'm going to tell you that right now.
It's 7-0 Hillgrove as Douglas County gets ready to kick it back to them. San Nicolas will be back to do the kicking duties.
I've seen number 3, Jay Arnold, on just about everything tonight, James. I've seen him on kickoff return, and now here he is on the punt coverage team.
It's going to be high and not super deep. Takes a Hillgrove bounce. Going to be great possession for the Hawks as they'll start off on the Douglas County 45-yard line.
That's a tough punt right there. Looks like about a 25-yard punt from Douglas County. And like you said, a big Hillgrove roll right there. Lost about 10 yards on the bounce.
Yep, going to mark it on the 46-yard line.
That football's funny shaped, isn't it, James? You never know which way it's going to bounce.
That is absolutely the truth. It'd be a lot less interesting if it was round.
Yeah, then we'd have baseball. It'd be
exactly.
Around.
So Hillgrove back at it on offense. couple productive drives. Last one stalled out with the holding call. Going to drop back, pressure coming his way. Completes the pass. Nice shot right over the middle for about 6 yards.
Yep, you saw right there, James. Hillgrove brought in a tight end there to help with pass protection, a little 7-man protection scheme there. And it looks like they're going to keep him in the game right there, number 10. Help with Justin Jefferson here on the strong side.
Fake to the tailback. Got pressure coming his way again. Another completion.
You got to get to the sticks right there, man. You got to run that route, not shallow. You can't come up short. It looks like they're gonna right here, 3rd and 1. But, you know, got some positive yardage, and we'll see what they can do right here. It's actually going to look more of like a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, the one thing I'm seeing is they are
moving this thing around, keeping this defense running. Go ahead. Yeah, so just a bubble screen right there to number 6. Out on the play, Jalen Royals right there for Hillgrove. You know, quick hitters right here for Hillgrove. That's what we've been talking about. That's what we've been talking about all game, getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands, avoiding that pass protection. Yeah, and they keep that defense running laterally, and that's one way to deal with bigger bodies. And they continue to do it there with a little sweep pass. I'm going to tell you what, T.J. Thomas has just been breaking all kinds of tackles tonight, and it takes us back to that conversation we had a little bit earlier, James. Douglas County is going to have to wrap up at some point in this football game, get ball carriers down onto the turf. Yeah, it's really been the weakness of this defense thus far. You're going to roll our direction. Ooh, guess who? Number 4, Justin Franklin making a play for Douglas County on defense. Dang near picked that ball off, James. I'm going to tell you what, you don't see that too many times in high school football nowadays where your starting quarterbacks seems like one of your better defensive backs as well.
Especially at the 6A level.
Yes.
I mean, that's something you might see AA, AAA, obviously single A all the time, but not normally at the 6A level.
We're going to get a timeout here from Douglas County. Looks like they needed a substitution run onto the field in a 3rd and long right here, 3rd and medium, if you will.
Well, and that's, you know, you got to – I think that's a great timeout for Douglas County. One, give his defense a little bit of a breather. So you're starting to see the hands on the hips again. And, you know, just kind of regroup. You've got an opportunity here, a 3rd and 5, to potentially stop another scoring drive or at least make them settle for the field goal, which would be huge at this point.
Yeah, big-time money down for this defensive unit from Douglas County. You got to get off the field on 3rd and 5. You absolutely have to. You're putting the offense in a not-so-favorable situation. You've done your job the first 2 snaps. Finish the drill right here on 3rd down, which with Hillgrove's kicker, I guarantee you they will be settling for the field goal. They've got pretty much as sure as a thing as it gets in high school football in their place kicker.
And that's going to give us a 3rd and 5 with 8:01 to go here in the 2nd period. As Hillgrove trying to add to that lead here. Douglas County trying to keep them out of the end zone. Going to shift the running back. Going to drop back. More pressure coming his way. Steps away from it, and ooh, nice coverage there. That was really that was a pressure.
Yeah, that's number 5, Jalen Harris, in there with the pass breakup for Douglas County. And yeah, man, they're doing some interesting things here with Justin Jefferson, the defensive end from Douglas County, playing him off right there, had him on the back in space. And they were still managing to get a little bit of pressure. So like I said, we are going to see the field goal unit here from Hillgrove. This young man from Hillgrove hit from 52 and 53 yards last week, James. An absolute leg on this young man.
And the starting quarterback's the holder. There's a kick, it's up. And
looky there.
Left that one a little bit low.
Yeah, just as I say, he comes out there and does that for me. It's okay, he'll get him next time. But
a little bit over hit a little high.
Yeah.
Like.
You know, I'm not even going to pretend I know anything about kicking, James, so that is that. But the Douglas County Tigers will take over on downs right there at the 25-yard line. So we'll get to see Justin Jefferson here again, Justin Franklin, as he takes off his receiving gloves and goes back to playing quarterback.
And remember, you can download the Roku app to watch all of your Midwest Georgia football games this year. Just go on and download it. Go to the App Store, download it, and watch the game on your big screen TV.
in high definition nonetheless.
Absolutely.
Some great things going on over there at Southland Sports TV, man. Getting on Roku's a big thing. Going streaming's the next thing. We got Justin Franklin right here taking the snap for Douglas County. 1st and 10 on the 25. He's going to hand up. No, he's going to keep it on the outside. Here he goes down the field. And he's tackled from behind by Hillgrove there at the 42-yard line. Going to be about a 23-yard gain from the quarterback there in Justin Franklin, letting the kid do what he does best, which is make a play with his feet right there. So big play for Douglas County. Gets them out of that bad field position that they seem to have been struggling with for the last 2 or 3 possessions there, James. Now got the ball up to the 40-yard line.
Well, let's see what Douglas County can do here. That's, you missed the field goal. Douglas County now with a little momentum. That could be huge heading into halftime. 7:31. Clock is not a problem here, as they can take their time, bring it down. Nice little dive play right up the middle, and we got a late flag coming in.
Man, we've had laundry all over the field so far, James. Not necessarily a clean game up to this point, but we'll see what we got going here on this penalty.
As we wait for the white hat to sort things out here.
Yeah, that's in the area of an offensive foul.
Yes, it definitely did, and they're pointed in that direction. Holding again.
Yeah, and again, man, those holding penalties can really kill a drive.
Well, we've seen it. We've had 2 holds that killed 2 drives thus far in this ball game. We'll see if the Tigers can overcome it here.
And you never want to have a holding call, but if you're ever going to have one, James, you better have it on 1st down. 1st and 20 is a lot better than 2nd and 20, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, at least you give the offensive coordinator time to try and make up for that. And late substitutions coming in for the Tigers again.
I've been very impressed with the tackling from this Hillgrove unit so far. Playing really sound football here.
And Franklin in the shotgun again. He'll take the snap, and miscommunication there. I'll have to take it himself, a little bit of a broken play. And spins out of that one, but right into more trouble.
That's that gang tackling again. The Hillgrove Hawks really pursuing the football. But, yeah, going back to that miscommunication, running back looked like he was going right. Quarterback thought he was going left, had to turn it into a scramble.
And that's one of those that somebody's going to get an earful when they watch tape on that one.
Absolutely. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd 25 here. Excuse me, 2nd and 25. Golly.
Yeah, not a lot of plays in the playbook for that one. He's going to drop back, going to throw to nobody. A little miscommunication, a little bit high. But I tell you, I think if he'd have tried to squeeze that in, that might have gone the other way.
Yeah, Hillgrove's playing a lot of man-to-man defense here, really testing the quarterback there, Franklin from Douglas County, making him throw into tight windows. The coverage is all over it tonight, so it's going to be tough, especially if they stay behind the sticks all night like this, James. This is the 3rd drive in a row we've seen where Douglas County's really struggled to stay on script.
Yeah, whenever they've stayed in front of the sticks, they've been in pretty good shape here tonight. Take the snap and got time. Going to get stepped on. We're going to have another holding call here with where that flag came down at.
Yeah, I would venture to say that Hillgrove's probably going to decline that holding penalty to force a 4th down. Or maybe they want to back them up even further. No, I see a lot of decline signals coming from the Hillgrove sideline, so they will be declining that penalty to force a 4th down here for Douglas County. Man, and I'll tell you who's not happy right now, James. It's got to be that defense. They have to feel like they just came off the field, from Douglas County.
And they've done a good job, all in all, with the exception of letting some guys run through tackles. That's got to be cleaned up. You know that's going to be the discussion at halftime.
We just saw Big Miles Murphy there on the sideline walking behind his coach over there on the sideline. He's pretty easy to spot. He's a big boy over there. See how this punt turns out for Douglas County.
San Nicholas has to go down and get it. Gets it away. Did a great job of just getting that out of there. And it's going to take a little bit of a Douglas County bounce. I tell you what, that's a fantastic job by the punter. That could have been an absolute disaster. Had to go down to the ground and then kind of dodge a guy coming in.
Staying focused in the midst of chaos for sure was the kicker there from Douglas County. Definitely had some heat and some pressure. That ball absolutely should have been blocked there from Hillgrove. But lucky to Douglas County's advantage right there. They, have a little bit of good fortune there.
So that'll set the Hawks up with 5:43 to go here in the first half with a 7-0 lead on their own 45-yard line.
I'm still looking for Kyron Thomas right here, man. He's been making plays all game.
We'll take the snap, run right up the middle. Big hit from the linebacker as they drop him for about a 6-inch gain, looked like to me.
James, that was number 33, the freshman, Shakai Woods. That's right, folks. The freshman laying the wood there in A-gap, stepping up, filling the hole, and bringing the ball carrier down.
And that's the one thing with the size of this defensive line, your linebackers should have some freedom to roam back there. They ought to be running pretty clean.
That's number one priority of a defensive lineman. Occupy offensive lineman. Be selfless. Help the guy out behind you.
Swing pass, missed the open tackle. Open field tackle. He ends up getting about 7 yards on what should have been about a 3-yard loss.
I can't really fault the Douglas County defense. Sometimes the offensive player just makes a play, and Isaiah McCray absolutely make the play. Let's take a look at the replay right here. Catches the swing pass, makes the first guy miss, second guy miss, and then drives his feet forward after contact, gains about 9 yards on the play. Excellent play there from Isaiah McCray. We've got an injured Tiger down on the field.
Yeah, it looks like he's...
And that is Jonathan Jefferson there, the defensive end.
Looking at his knee right now.
Looks like they're going to get him up and walk him off here, so that is a good sign early.
That's a very good sign.
Maybe just a stinger or a little bone bruise right there for Jonathan Jefferson, and hopefully he can get back onto the field.
Seems to be walking okay. That's a good sign.
Young man looks like he's put on a few pounds this offseason, put on some good muscle in the weight room. Certainly bigger than what we saw here in Douglas County last year for Mr. Jefferson.
Put it on in all the right ways.
Absolutely.
Because I put on a few pounds in the offseason as well, but I don't look like that.
Hey, man, I keep messing around with Hudson's in pregame. I'm going to be putting on a few pounds as well. We'll see the depth at defensive end here for Douglas County.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to rotate one of their interior defensive linemen, number 45. He's been playing D-tackle all night. That's Bradley Banks, going to move out to defensive end.
And there comes the pressure right up the middle. They're going to drop him for a big loss.
Yeah, they brought the blitz there from the outside linebacker, number 7 from Douglas County, Joshua Robertson. 19.
Yeah, Sheed in there on the sack.
That's
he didn't have much of a chance there. That was just came in untouched.
Yeah, free blitzer right there. That's something you got to pick up in blitz pickup period during practice during the week. Got to get the opponent's film. Got to see what their blitz package looks like and pick those up on Friday night.
That's a huge play for Douglas County with 3:58. They've got a little time on the clock and should have some decent field position out of this after the sack.
Credit to the player for making the play. Credit to the coach for sending a little pressure right there on third and medium.
And looks like we may have delay a game, back them up 5 more.
It is the first week out here in high school football, so I guess we should expect to see a handful of penalties, but
woo! Yep. But Jose Cherez can put a charge in one. So.
Absolutely. Head referee's shoulder's going to be sore tomorrow morning there, James. Who we got? Number 5 from Douglas County, Jalen Harris back deep to receive.
There's a kick, the rugby-style kick. He got a lot more into that one. And he's going to get hit, fumbles the ball. Hillgrove will pick it up and rumble into the end zone.
I don't believe you can advance a muff punt, James.
No, you can't.
Think they're going to bring that back. That was the long snapper there for Hillgrove, number 51, Jake Sayer getting down there and making a play, picking up the muff punt, but they will bring the ball back to where he recovered that punt. But again,
what a hustle play.
What a hustle play from the long snapper getting loose down there on coverage. Jake Sayer also the starting center for Hillgrove, so making a play on both sides there.
So they'll back it up to the point of the recovery. And now with 3:23 to go, the complexion of the game has changed immensely.
Yeah, I bet Mr. Sayre right there is wishing that advanced punt rule didn't exist. He had himself a touchdown.
So that'll set Hillgrove up inside the Douglas County 20. Looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 on about the 17-yard line.
Just when we thought Douglas County's defense was getting a little more comfortable and forcing a little bit of, distance or difficulty on that offense from Hillgrove, they make a mistake here in special teams. Hillgrove now has the ball back in their red zone.
Yeah, it's really been some self-inflicted wounds by Douglas County today. The not wrapping up tackles, some bad penalties at bad times, and now the turnover.
Here's another look at the punt here, James. You got to call fair catch for that ball. Young man's just trying to make a play, though. You can't really fault him for that.
Well, I think he underestimated his carry just a little bit because it was almost over his head.
And there he is right there, Jake Sayre picking up the muff punt. And picked it up clean, man. Looked good, looked athletic.
Put it back in motion. We're going to have a 5-yard penalty on Hillgrove.
Being a former center, I can identify what happened right there. It looked like center thought we was on 2. Everybody else knew we were on 1. They'll call that a false start, but that is indeed a snap infraction.
And that'll back them up a little bit. If you're Douglas County here, you just want to try and hold them to a field goal.
Yeah.
3:22 to go in the first half. There's a big difference between going in 10-0 and 14-0. Douglas County will get the ball first to kick off the second half. So
John Jefferson back on the field, so that's a good sign for Douglas County. Big-time defensive end there.
Take the snap, drop straight back. Here comes the pressure right up the middle, screen play. Another missed tackle by Douglas County. Big hit, but no wrap-up.
Guess who was applying the pressure, James? Kyron Thomas, number 44 from Douglas County. I'm not going to stop saying the young man's name. If he's going to keep making plays,
I'm telling you,
we're going to bring light to it.
Well, what I'm seeing happen a lot of time with these Douglas County players on the tackle, they're dropping that helmet instead of keeping their eyes on their target. That's something I'm sure will be addressed by Coach White on practice on Monday.
My coach always taught, put the helmet on the football, hit him with the screws. Got another screen pass here. Ball
tipped
deflected.
Up in the air, and that's going to be grabbed by offensive lineman, but that is a legal play because it was touched by the defense.
They're calling incomplete, going to force a 3rd down here.
This could be huge for the Douglas County defense. And you see the good coverage in the back end.
We're going to have to see McCravey, I'm assuming here, make a play. They're going to put the ball in the senior's hands and see what he can do.
3rd and 15, McCravey looking for man coming across and broke up. They're going to get a flag on that, but I'm not. I'd have to see the replay. It looked like pretty good defense to me.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a pass interference on number 21, Samson Israel, there from Douglas County. But I'm with you, James. He might have got there a little bit early, but this is high school football, not in the NFL. I think you got to let that one go right there if you're the referee. Looks like they're going to go half the distance to the goal as well.
That's a tough penalty there for Douglas County.
If anything, it just allows them to replay 3rd down, and it looks like they're going to have about 3rd and 5, man. That's a tough call for Douglas County, as you mentioned there, James. And just, again, man, just when it looks like things are going their way, and maybe, shoot themselves in the foot a little bit.
So we'll see what the call is here for Hillgrove.
I'm going to tell you what, number 33 right there is a good-looking freshman.
No, there's no doubt about that.
Shakai Woods, certainly a name to remember here in Douglas County. Will probably be hearing his name in a couple of years.
Yeah, Coach White, glad you can't leave early in high school yet.
Yeah, certainly.
No 3-year departures in high school. 2:59, taking their time getting the play back in. We're going to have a...
Man, I'm going to tell you what, the grill master over there must be doing some work. We got grill smoke everywhere, my man.
We'll take another quick break while they have a timeout. We'll be back with more here from Douglas County High School in your Midwest Georgia Game of the Week in just a moment.
Magic Wand Deck Restoration Plus, serving Midwest Georgia, offers deck restoration services plus much more. A 5-star rated company, certified in wood restoration, can restore your deck to its original beauty. Save your wood and save your money. Free consultations and affordable maintenance plans available. Call Shane today at 770-616-1787 or visit them online at magicwanddecrestoration.net. Since 1981, Southside Wrecker Service has provided Coweta County and the South Metro area with reliable towing, recovery, and roadside assistance services. Next time you need a tow, call their friendly and professional staff of well-trained operators featuring a fleet of modern equipment for light and heavy-duty towing and equipment transport. Georgia DOT certified, available 24/7. Call them at 770-964-8220 or visit them online at southsiderecords.com. Southside Wrecker Service. We get you there.
And welcome back to Douglas County High School as we've got a 3rd and 5 from a 12-yard line. A huge play for the Douglas County defense. Had the muff punt set Hillgrove up well. We'll see what they can do with it here. As big time pressure coming, and we're going to have a flag in the corner. I think it's going to be defensive pass interference.
It looks like they're going to call that on 21 again. There from Douglas County, Samson Israel. Or did they call a touchdown? What did they call it?
I never saw the signal for a touchdown. It looked to me like he might have got his feet down there having a discussion about it.
Hillgrove's under the impression that it is a touchdown, and I'm going to tell you this, James, from up here, it looked like he got his feet in, at least one.
And we'll see what the man with the white hat has to say.
The result of the play is a touchdown.
And they'll enforce that on the kickoff. That doesn't seem quite fair. I know that's the rule, but, man, that's a tough.
Here's the replay right here, James. Look at this catch by the young man. Woo!
That is
what a play.
Tapping some toes.
Yeah, Tony toe tap over there. Jalen Royals, the junior wide receiver from Hillgrove, number 6, making a play. And a touchdown Hillgrove. That puts them up 14-0 here with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in the first half.
So big possession here for Douglas County. If they can get anything on the kickoff return, although we saw earlier, I don't know if they're going to get an opportunity to. He absolutely hammered the ball on the first kickoff that Hillgrove had. But if they can find a way to even get 3 points out of this, they do get the ball to start the second half. That would be a huge momentum boost for the Tigers here at home.
Yeah, good chance to double up, if you will, for the Douglas County Tigers right here. Go down, get a quick score, maybe milk the clock here, run out the clock in the first half, and then, like you said, get the ball back in the second half. Definitely a chance to swing momentum here for the Douglas County Tigers. We'll see if they capitalize.
And Osborne comes in to return.
I think it's safe to say, James, he's kicking this off from midfield. I don't think the Douglas County Tigers are going to get no return on this one. He might put it through the uprights.
He might bounce it off the big DC emblem back there.
That should be worth 3, right, James?
I think so. There's the kick. And a low line drive. Mishandled's going to bring it out. With 5 and all kinds of Hillgrove pressure. That doesn't bode well.
Yeah, the special teams units right now from Douglas County are absolutely not doing their best, if you will.
No, they're going to give it to him on the 6-yard line as Osborne mishandled it initially and just really didn't have any place to go. And that's the case of Hillgrove's special teams. Everybody stayed in their lane. There was no opening.
Yes, certainly. My high school coach always used to tell us, James, it's a game of 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams. And if you can win 2 of those 3 phases, typically you will win the game. Right now, Hillgrove is absolutely smoking Douglas County in the special teams department.
And that is responsible for at least half that score.
Certainly.
So, to me, I haven't seen a huge difference in the offenses and the defenses, but the special teams right now, Hillgrove has a huge edge. It's something Douglas County is going to have to address and clean up as they head into the second half of this ball game.
I would imagine we're not going to see too much aggressive play calling here from Douglas County.
Timeout, no, because a lot of bad things can happen, and you can find yourself in a 21-0 hole if you're not careful here.
A lot of big boys that are tired right now, looking like from the Douglas County offense. And though they haven't, had a lot of yardage, they've been on the field a lot, it seems like, in this first half.
Yep, that they have. Yeah, I'm going to have to get an explanation from somebody on the tomahawk chop when you're the Hawks.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know that one either there, James.
Maybe there's a backstory. I know the Braves did move to Cobb County, so, Hillgrove's pretty good ball right now.
Hillgrove's pretty far from SunTrust Stadium, though. I will say that.
Yeah, Powder Springs not exactly just around the corner.
It's Cobb County, but is it though? All right, both teams back on the field here. See if we can get some action. 2 minutes, 44 seconds left in the half.
I think this first play probably determines a lot about what we're going to see with this series.
Certainly.
You can get something positive, you might try, otherwise you're probably just going to try and run some clock. Good part is Hillgrove has used some timeouts here in the first half.
Yeah, ignore that nice little graphic on the bottom. Hillgrove does, in fact, have 2 timeouts, not 3.
Yep.
So what I would imagine here is if we do see a run play and a very conservative one from Douglas County, we might get a timeout from Hillgrove to see if they can get the ball back.
Would not be surprised, because even a field goal would be huge. So Douglas County, they just need at least a couple first downs. Going to hand it to tailback. He's got a big-time opening. He's going to pull away from a man and almost broke that. He was about a half a step away.
Got some no huddle right here from Douglas County.
Oh, and Oldfield's had a productive first half, but he was about a half a step away from taking that to the house.
Got some confusion from Hillgrove. They finally settled in before the snap.
And there he goes again. He's got some room to run. A nice block by the wide receiver. He's out of bounds at the about the 37-yard line.
Smart decision by Oldfield right there, getting out of bounds. The senior making a savvy decision, stopping the clock. And like we said, James, he has had very productive rushes in this first half. So maybe they found something here. Go back to the well, give Oldfield the ball, let him get some yardage.
Well, it takes some pressure off the freshman, or the first-year starter at quarterback.
He probably feels like he's a freshman again there for a second. But he's commanding the offense. You just saw him get his receiver back on the correct line. That's false start.
Yep, we're gonna.
But was he swayed by the defense to cause the false start there at left tackle? They're going to call an encroachment. We've got some livid folks over here on Douglas County. I think we're going to get a false start.
To me, that's a bad call. The defensive end definitely moved.
Yeah, left tackle did everything he was supposed to right there, everything he's coached up to do. If that guy moves, you move, and make sure you point at him. Make sure everybody in the stadium knows that he moved first.
So that'll back him up 5. He'll take the snap. Going to keep it himself this time. Got a little bit of room. Makes a nice wiggle, and he's going to be almost enough for the first down.
Kid's got some shake, doesn't he, James?
He does.
Justin Franklin doing what he does best. Again, making plays with his feet, man. We've been talking about it all game. If they can keep him on schedule, keep him ahead of the sticks, allow him to run. We've seen Douglas County gain 40 yards here just by running the football.
In less than a minute. Going to take the snap, hand to Oldfield. Nope, going to keep it himself, makes a man miss. Couldn't pull away from a second one, though.
Heck of a play by number 23 from Hillgrove. That's DJ Tucker coming down and making a play on a guy who we've seen is going to make you miss in open field if you're not careful. Again, that goes back to what we're talking about with Hillgrove, a very sound tackling football team.
So, did get enough for the first down. Down to 138 here. And I believe Douglas County only has 1 timeout remaining, if I'm not mistaken.
They got a benefit right here from the clock manager having to push the play clock. Looks like they're running Justin Jefferson in here at tight end, the big defensive end recruit, now on the field right there next to the right tackle. We'll see what this is.
Yeah, it could be interesting.
You never know. Is he in there to block? Is he in there to make a play? Do they have a design? Look, he's slipping out for a pass play right here.
He got time back there, and then finally, what a play by the defensive lineman. Just reached up and pulled him down.
Yeah, that's number 90 there from Hillgrove, Darrell Ellis. And number 51, I don't believe they're correct there. Number 52, Zach Parker making plays again, the linebacker.
And I
think we've got some Douglas County coaches a little angry, expecting a face mask call of some sorts there. But they definitely had Jonathan Jefferson there on that over route from the tight end position.
Yeah, I think
we heard the whole coaching staff up here screaming, throw it to him.
Yeah, we did. Well, and the thing is, I think right now the Douglas County coach is probably not super happy with the way this was being officiated. Although not glaring deficiencies, but a couple that maybe could have gone DC's way that didn't. They're going to take the time out here and discuss it with 43 seconds to go.
No commercial needed here, James. We're going to stick right here and wait this first half out.
Yeah, absolutely. As the Douglas County offense wants to talk this over, we'll see what they come out of this with. I mean, my question is, and we don't know this, how far do they have to get for their field goal kicker to even become an option?
You know, I took a look at him in pregame, and I don't want to speak for the coaching staff here at Douglas County, but I think your maximum range for their kicker in general is about 42 to 45 yards from what I saw in pregame, and that's perfect conditions, right?
Right.
No holder, nice little tee holding it up for you, snapper, no rush, none of that. So you might be thinking you got to get pretty far here if you're Douglas County, if you're trying to get a field goal up and in before half.
Yeah, I believe that was their final time out of the half. So 2nd and 15 from the 40.
It's the 41
yard line, it looks like. 41-yard line, yes.
Young eyes again, James.
Yeah,
Young
there
eyes.
you go.
Again, a tough play here. I would almost run the ball here, James.
They've been pretty successful doing it. Going to throw downfield. Almost intercepted.
And here's why. I know they went for the pass play. It's 3rd and 10. You're thinking, why would you want to run the football? It's 3rd and 15. Why would you want to run the football? Well, you run more clock off or more time off the clock in that situation.
Yep.
You don't necessarily trust the young man right there in Justin Franklin to make that 15, 20-yard throw in that zone. Even there, they went to about a 10-yard slant. So even if he had caught it, he would have been short of the sticks. Now you bring the punt unit on with 37 seconds left in the half. An opportunity for Hillgrove definitely to get the football back.
No doubt about that. And San Nicolas will kick it away. We saw him doing a great job of digging one out of the turf earlier. Almost gets that one blocked. And that's going to take a big-time Douglas County bounce. Going to roll down inside the 15. Down it just inside the 15.
Got everything they could out of it, and here we are. We're 28 seconds left. And, James, if you recall, play clock here in high school is 24 seconds.
Right.
So had they ran the football there, maybe we don't see Hillgrove get a touch.
Yep. So we'll see what the Hawks decide to do. Will Coach Ironside be willing to just go in with a 14-point lead? That'd be my guess. You don't have great field position here. Why take a chance on flipping momentum when you're 85 yards away?
Yeah, you might see a knee here from Hillgrove, or you might just see a conventional run. But it looks like they're lining back up in the pistol, their base home formation. So we'll see what they do here.
We'll take the snap and hand it to the tailback, and he gets hit big time as he comes through the hole. Had a hole for there about half a second.
Looked like he ran into his left tackle there.
Yeah.
The ribs are going to be a little sore there for number 74 in the morning.
Yeah. Arnold coming in with a big hit. The linebacker filling the hole.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Jay Arnold in this first half, man. And that is your first half.
That will do it for the first half. So after one half of play, it's Hillgrove 14, Douglas County nothing. And, this is one of those, when you look at this first half, it could have been a lot closer. It could have been worse. They missed the field goal. But all in all, Hillgrove executed most of the opportunities they had. Douglas County, really a lot of self-inflicted wounds in the first half of this ball game.
Yes, certainly if you're Coach White going into the halftime here, you're going to be talking about cleaning up the special teams, cleaning up the punt return unit in particular. Going to have to start making better decisions back there. Cost them 2 bad field positions there and 7 points for Hillgrove as well. So if you're looking for Coach White's halftime speech, it's going to be get rid of the penalties and get rid of the special teams blunders. Man, it's really shot them in their own foot in this first half.
It set them up for the one touchdown, and the penalties have really derailed the offense. Every time they got it clicking, there'd be a big penalty, and they're just not designed right now to play from behind the sticks.
Absolutely not. And we've seen that, though, when it's played true when they stay ahead of schedule, when they stay ahead of the sticks, when it's 2nd and 6, when it's 3rd and 4. They can convert. They can get first downs. They can move the ball down the field. It's the holding penalties. It's the false starts. It's the late sacks. It's things like that that are really pushing Douglas County back and driving their, and, you know, cutting their offense off.
Well, the most impressive thing I may have seen in this first half is the open field tackling by Hillgrove.
Yes.
It's been spectacular. And that, combined with the special teams, is the difference in this score.
Absolutely. We're seeing a unit from Hillgrove who, apart from the missed field goal, has pretty much performed perfectly on special teams. Created a turnover on the muff punt, pinned them back deep on a couple punts as well, and allowing no kick return yardage at all. Pinned them down inside their own 5 on that last possession for Douglas County on that kickoff. So the special teams unit for Hillgrove playing great, not so great on the other end from Douglas County, the penalties and the open field tackling. That is the moral of this first half story.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Of course, it is only 14-0. Douglas County, plenty of time to come back. They've shown the ability to move the ball if they can keep things clean.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna see a heavy dose of the running game in the second half. Michael Oldfield, we talked about him in the first half. We mentioned his name. Seemed like every time he touched the ball, James, he was going for plus yardage.
Well, and the more Oldfield was able to get done, the easier it was for Franklin to be able to move the ball.
Absolutely.
The two of them work in tandem very well. If that defense for Hillgrove can just concentrate on stopping that quarterback, then, Franklin's ability to be effective goes way down.
Yeah, and I've also liked what I've seen from Matthew McCravey, from the senior quarterback from Hillgrove, showing a real command over the offense, getting guys in the proper position. No delay of games, you've noticed, from Hillgrove tonight. Not a lot of false starts either. I know we had the snap infraction there after the muff punt, but Hillgrove played a very clean offensive game. No turnovers yet as well, and I believe they've kept him off the turf as well. No sacks there for Hillgrove. So
he's been hit a couple times.
But gotten rid of the football in time.
Well, and the one thing you've seen them do, especially early on in this ball game when that defense was fresh, getting the ball out of his hands quickly. And that's where the experience of quarterback really comes. He's able to read that defense, make smart decisions without having to have a lot of time to get that done.
Absolutely. Trey Walker made the great play earlier in the game, took it for 6 on a slant route there. We've seen some good things from Hillgrove and a real clean football from Hillgrove. Not so much from Douglas County, but, it's a long second half, James.
Yeah, really only the one holding penalty that called back the Hillgrove touchdown is the one thing that if you're Hillgrove you'd like to have back. Outside of that, like you said, it's been an extremely clean game for the Hawks, and especially for week 1. I mean,
certainly.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going and listen to the band.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, me.
Still got hot mics now.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the first half grade?
I mean, you're doing fantastic.
I was trying to. This is why. Magic Wand Deck Restoration Plus, serving Midwest Georgia, offers deck restoration services plus much more. A 5-star rated company, certified in wood restoration, can restore your deck to its original beauty. Save your wood and save your money. Free consultations and affordable maintenance plans available. Call Shane today at 770-616-1787 or visit them online at magicwanddecrestoration.net. Since 1981, Southside Wrecker Service has provided Coweta County and the South Metro area with reliable towing, recovery, and roadside assistance services. Next time you need a tow, call their friendly and professional staff of well-trained operators featuring a fleet of modern equipment for light and heavy-duty towing and equipment transport. Georgia DOT certified, available 24/7. Call them at 770-964-8220 or visit them online at southsiderecords.com. Southside Wrecker Service. We get you there. As a lifelong Newton Cougar family, the Motlas are proud supporters of high school athletics. Thanks to the Motla family for helping make it
And we talked about it. It's a story of special teams for Douglas County breakdowns and then penalties and poor tackling in the open field for Douglas County.
Yeah, in the first half, man, like you said, the penalties, the poor tackling, the mistimed penalties too, just bad timing and bad luck on behalf of the Douglas County Tigers, man. But we still got a 2-score football game here, James, and the Douglas County Tigers obviously getting the football back here to start the second half. My only problem, standing here in the booth, I don't see a lot of energy right now on this Douglas County sideline, James.
Right, and that's going to have to come up a little bit if they're going to compete with this Hillgrove group. And, you know, the reality is we talked about it on the kickoff. Big advantage when you're kicking off. You have an opportunity to get back in this game. If you're kicking off to Hillgrove, you could find yourself down 3 scores before you ever touch the ball. That's not going to be the case. Douglas County with the opportunity here to get right back in this with a sustained drive. And they've shown the ability to do that. That's the positive side. But they just have got to stop with the penalties.
Yeah, got to play clean, fundamental football here in the second half of the Douglas County Tigers. And we've seen, if the first half isn't enough of a testament, the passing game isn't going to be something they're going to need to rely on to win this football game. They're going to have to run the football. And in order to run the football, you got to stay on time, you got to stay on schedule, and you got to stay ahead of the sticks.
And we got some highlights from the first half for you that will kind of recap what happened.
That's the boys warming up in pregame right here before the half. So you see them getting their hammies warmed up. Don't want to pull a hammy coming out of halftime, James.
No, absolutely don't. And
here we go. That was the screen play that was blown up by Hillgrove there in the first half. Hillgrove's been great on the screen passes, getting guys down in the open field, and that's a lot of what we were talking about, open field tackling.
And here we go again.
Yeah, same play there. Ball probably could have been caught, James, but tough play.
Yep.
And there's Franklin right there running on the outside. And that's where he feels most comfortable, man. It's very, very clear. When he's running the football, he feels comfortable. And this is the miscommunication, James.
That's that week one stuff right there that'll drive a coach nuts.
Absolutely. And you kind of tell who's always wrong in those situations. It's the guy who isn't displaying all the emotion.
And there's the big sack that really could have changed the complexion of this. Unfortunately for Douglas County, you have disaster strike shortly after this with the muff punt.
And this is coming right out of the muff punt, Oldfield, making plays right here. We'll see a couple plays back-to-back where he's getting the rock. Here's Justin Franklin making a play in open fields, man. I'm telling you, he's got the shakes, man. He's hard to bring down. Hillgrove's doing a good job of containing him.
Well, it's frankly much more effective when they get Oldfield going, like they did right there towards the end of the second quarter.
That's the big sack there from Hillgrove's number 90. He's had a good first half, has Darrell Ellis playing well right there. There he is, bringing him down. And you can see why Douglas County was a little hot, wanting a face mask penalty right there, James.
Yep, so 14-0 your halftime score. We'll see what the Tigers come out with. But like you said, to me, it's some patience on the offensive side for Douglas County is what's called for here. You've got plenty of time. Come out, have a sustained drive. Keep that defense on the sideline a little bit longer. Get some points on the board. Get right back into this.
Yeah, need to bring a lot of energy. This Hillgrove football team is not going to let up in the second half. Coach Ironside does not let them do that over there at Hillgrove. You talked about the record he's got over there with that high school. The only coach they've ever known. You have sustainability in a job. You keep a job when you coach the right way and your players play the right way. And Hillgrove's definitely done that so far here in this football game. Look for them to continue so in the second half.
Couple scores from a couple of our Stream City radio games. New Manchester hanging right in there with a very good Pace Academy team. A game they got shut out in, lost 31-0 last year on the road, and they're trailing 7-6 at halftime. And Chapel Hill up on top of Noonan, 17-3 at the half. So
yeah, big-time stuff there from Chapel Hill, beating a football team in Noonan who traditionally has a very good squad coming out of there.
Yeah, well, and they nipped Noonan at home last year, got off to a really good start, had some big wins, and kind of trailed off at the end of the season. So I think the biggest thing for Coach Deshaun over there at Chapel Hill is going to be to sustain that good start they had last year. It looks like they may be off to another good start if they can continue that against a very good Noonan squad.
Just got to keep the ball rolling, man. Got to finish the drill. It's a long football season. Every year, everyone plays with injuries. Everybody plays through it. A lot of it's good luck. A lot of it's bad luck. But you got to play every Friday night. You got to come out ready to win and ready to execute.
I want to thank Coweta Score for tonight's broadcast. Also want to thank HJ Wings and Things in Tyrone, Peachtree City, and then new one down in Sonoa. Also, Magic Wand Deck Restoration. You've seen their commercials during the game. They do a fantastic job. Pearl Marketing Group. If you're looking to market your company, they'll hook you right up. Southside Record, you've seen that great steel they're bringing to the game in these commercials tonight. I mean, they got some big boys out there. And, of course, Stream City Radio, our partner, we're here with Southland Sports TV, and then Van Motla and his real estate group, along with West Georgia Auto Transmission. And then, of course, my insurance agent, Wayne Crook, with AmFam Insurance. So check him out. Wayne does a great job for me and my family. So
man, I'm going to tell you what, seeing Wayne Crook's ugly mug on the TV is not something I'm prone to see every Friday night. But, hey, he looks good in that suit and tie, had it professionally taken. I like that little headshot he's got.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm going to tell you what, Wings and Things, that stuff right there, that's good stuff over there in Tyrone and Fayette County. You want you some good buffalo chicken tenders, you go holler at Wings and Things, man. That's some good stuff.
They do a great job. And
all of our other sponsors, of course, as well, too, James.
Absolutely. We sit here and brag on them all night long. Yeah. So can't do this without them, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
So about ready to get going here in the second half. Douglas County needs that good. I won't even say fast start. They just need a solid start. Mm-hmm. I almost think the best thing that could happen for them would be a 10-play sustained drive, maybe even with a touchdown at the end, even more so than a big play with a quick score. You got plenty of time. You're not pressed for time here. So,
yeah, I think Douglas County definitely has enough athletes to have an explosive offense, right? They can definitely take a play for 60, 70 yards. But what you're talking about, this sustained drive, I think that's their best chance of actually scoring tonight against this Hillgrove roster.
We're going to take another quick break. We'll be back with the second half of the Midwest Georgia Game of the Week, live from Douglas County High School here on Southland Sports TV.
Since 1981, Southside Wrecker Service has provided Coweta County and the South Metro area with reliable towing, recovery, and roadside assistance services. Next time you need a tow, call their friendly and professional staff of well-trained operators featuring a fleet of modern equipment for light and heavy-duty towing and equipment transport. Georgia DOT certified, available 24/7. Call them at 770-964-8220 or visit them online at southsiderecords.com. Southside Record Service, we get you there. As a lifelong Newton Cougar family, the Motlas are proud supporters of high school athletics. Thanks to the Motla family for helping make it possible to view tonight's action. Please don't hesitate to call Van, Jessica, and the Motla Hines team for all your real estate needs. Call them today at 770-376-7778. That's 770-376-7778. From the Motla family to yours, go Cougars.
We all know nothing goes with sports like hot wings, and nobody does hot wings in Fayette and Coweta County like HJ Wings and Things in Tyrone, Peachtree City, and now brand spanking new location down in Sonoa. Come by and see them for all those hot wings you love, the flavors you want, and all those things that are also wonderful. You name it, they've got it across the board, and they have great facilities and a staff who will take care of you second to none. And welcome back to Douglas County High School as we're getting ready to kick off the second half. The Tigers will get the ball first, trailing 14-0 here at home in the home opener for the 2019 season. James O'Brien and Brooks Austin on the call with you. And Brooks, it's a beautiful night. I mean, I can't believe how nice it is out here. We're up on top of the home booth over here, and I mean, it feels more like September than it does August right now.
Yeah, thank God, because I got tired of sweating during pregame there, James.
Yeah, didn't feel this way when we were getting ready for kickoff.
Absolutely not. We got number 5 and number 2 deep there for Douglas County. That's Travis Collier and Jalen Harris. Let's see if they can make a play, start this second half with some good energy.
Let's see if they get an opportunity. He's been hammering the ball. There's another big shot into the end zone, and they'll start on the
sheesh.
You know, that's a big advantage
yes.
when you're not even giving the other team an opportunity for a return.
Yeah, kid's got a leg, man, and you're taking a unit away, right? You're taking that receiving unit away. 2 athletes back there in Collier and Harris that can certainly make a play for this Douglas County team. And now we see this offense run out here, starting this drive at the 20-yard line. We'll see what they can do in their opening drive of the second half.
Yep, Justin Franklin in at quarterback.
You know, James, one thing I always wonder and always look to see in high school games, especially week 1, is to see who's out there cramping, who did their summer conditioning correctly and who did not.
And Oldfield looking for a hole. Doesn't find much when they get a little bit of push, but now we got a flag coming in.
Yep, flag thrown into the scrum. Never a good sign for the offense when the line judge is throwing the handkerchief onto the field. Typically means there's a hold on the play.
And we've seen this out of Douglas County a couple times tonight where they put themselves in a hole.
Nope, against the defense. A defensive holding. Gotta love when you hear that call. A lot of people probably sitting at home going, they can call holding on the defense? Yes, they can. They can call holding on the defense.
Just don't see it very often.
No, you don't. That's a line judge who was paying attention in there in the heat. We got a first down for the Douglas County Tigers. We'll see what they can do.
Smells like an ex-offensive lineman to me.
Ooh, you sniffed me out.
Going to keep it himself. Got a little bit of hole up the middle. He's going to get about 6 yards on the run.
Speaking of ex-offensive lineman, we had one give him the dirty over here, left tackle, making a play.
Uh-oh, we got.
And there it is right there. That's grabbing the hamstring after he popped right up. I think that's our first cramp of the second half there, James. Let's at least hope it is. Yeah, man, young kids going both ways. Muggy out here still. I know we're feeling a breeze up here, but he's down there on that turf.
Yeah, it's not nearly as cool down there on that turf. You're absolutely right.
There he is again, making guys miss an open field. And he makes a smart decision there, getting down.
Yes, he does. Live to fight another day.
Looks like we're going to see our first snap from the backup quarterback, Keyshawn Armour.
Yep. So we'll see what they do here.
I would assume a run play, James.
I would suspect. That's exactly what we're going to get, and they're going to sniff that out quickly and drop it.
There he is again, Jordan Abernathy, number 44 right there, filling in. This defense, I don't know about you, James, but they don't look like they've missed Miles Murphy much tonight. I know it's hard to say.
Right.
You're not missing the 5th overall player in the 2020 class. But Miles Murphy, the defensive end for Hillgrove, out tonight and for a couple of more weeks. This defensive line making plays all night.
That makes it a scary proposition when he comes back.
Absolutely. Going to add a lot more size and strength and, of course, talent onto that defensive line.
Well, and the depth, too. You continue to rotate some guys in. He'll take the snap and drop straight back this time. Hit a little bit underthrown. He comes up with it.
Had good protection. And got the catch. It's going to be a
completion. I think he's got enough for a first down. Now they're going to confer about it. Now they're going to say he did not catch it.
We're going to call incomplete here.
Yeah, let's look at
a replay. How about that? Letting the young junior, right? Is Armour coming in there playing quarterback, sophomore, coming in number 11 there. Getting his first pass attempt of the football season, the young season here for Douglas County.
Ball spotted at the 34-yard line, 4th and 6 for the Tigers.
Yeah, they're going to have to give it back.
Justin Franklin down here still getting some attention from the athletic training staff. Looks like he's getting some electrolytes in his system, getting back in there. Certainly a cramp there, James. Like we mentioned, first game of the season, still hot, still muggy. A guy like him playing majority of the snaps tonight, both sides of the football. So it's, it's excused.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. My guess would be we probably have seen him for the last time on defense tonight. You got to give him a little bit of a breather. There's a punt under pressure, gets it off, and he's going to field it.
One thing I did notice right there, James, on that punt, much better punt blocking from the punt unit there from Douglas County. Yeah. We've almost had a couple punts blocked already in this first half, or in the first half.
I would say Coach White made a adjustment at halftime that paid off right there, because that's the first time he's really had time all night long.
Absolutely. And we'll get our first look at this defense from Douglas County and McCravey, the quarterback there from Hillgrove. And, James, they haven't moved the ball incredibly down the field tonight. It doesn't, the yardage totals aren't, crazy off in terms of an advantage for Hillgrove here. And this is what they've been doing all night, handing the ball off to number 18.
He's got a big opening, and can they run him down is the question. They're going to knock him out of bounds around the 25-yard line.
And guess who knocks him out? Number 4, Justin Franklin, back in the game on defense.
Shows what I know. That's why I'm up here.
Looks like we got another Hillgrove Hawk on the ground.
And a Tiger down there in midfield.
I got one athletic trainer stretching a foot, rubbing a calf cramp. That's what that is right there. And guess what? We got another gentleman over there getting his hamstring strung out. James, I think it might be safe to say, like I mentioned, we're going to see some cramps here in this second half.
That's it. And it's and the problem is once you start getting them, it's really hard to really get away from that. It's something you're going to have to battle the rest of the night.
Yeah, once you get the cramps, you got the cramps. There's no getting them out of there. And that is the center right there, Jake Sayer, also their long snapper. We see him get up and walk off.
Had the fantastic play on the muff punt where he got down there and recovered it.
Young football players, got to flood your system with electrolytes. Can't be just drinking the water, though. Water's great for you. Got to get at least a gallon in on game days. But you also need some Pedialytes, some Gatorades, some sugars, some good natural electrolytes in that system, because you're going to lose a lot of body fluid.
And you got to push them a day before. You can't wait and just do it that morning. You got to, and it's something that, coaches preach it. But, and even sometimes when you do it, you're still going to have some of this happen. But
looks like Sayer hit the ground there again.
Yep. Yeah, it's locking up pretty good on him. And we'll see how that, they're working out of the shotgun. We'll see how much that might impact the snap here coming up.
Yeah, so rule number 1, if you're a center, you're a young center out there, anytime you go down, whether it be a helmet pop off or anything, you lay on that turf. You let that athletic trainer come out and talk to you for that exact reason Mr. James is talking about. You got to get that quarterback-center exchange going on. You got to get it natural and comfortable. Let that quarterback know that he's got a new butt in there.
Exactly.
We saw a good snap there. Hand off to number 18.
He's got room to run. They're going to drag him down inside the 10-yard line.
Looked like he was doing the dragging there. T.J. Thomas been breaking tackles all night. We talked about it in the first half. They're rotating a two-headed monster there in Isaiah McCray and Thomas there in the backfield for Hillgrove. They've been making plays, James.
That they have. Douglas County back against the wall here. They got to keep him out of the end zone. There's a snap. Going to run it again. Contact in the backfield, and they're going to drag him down. Did we get any flags there?
Number 4 on the carry, Isaiah McCray.
Looks like we got a clean play, and that was Isaiah McCray. Brought down by number 42 from Douglas County.
Yeah, I did not. There was
It looked like
a lot of
face
hands
mask,
up
James.
around there, yeah. So, maybe not.
Got a lot of moving bodies going on in there.
Absolutely.
It's probably pretty hard to call that if you're, especially the referee, the back judge right there. And the line judge definitely is not going to see that from behind.
There's a snap, going to run it again. Contact in the backfield. This time they do drag him down in the backfield.
And guess who? Number big 44 in there. Kyron Thomas making plays again, man. Glad to see him coming out of the halftime with some good juice right there.
Well, one of the big things is we saw the penetration in the first half by Douglas County, but it was kind of a 50-50 proposition whether they could convert that into a – kind of like watching the Falcons.
Yeah. Yeah, it don't matter if you're in the backfield. If you don't bring the ball carrier down, you might as well just be standing there.
That's it.
You know, McCravey hasn't had much pressure on him in this opening drive right here in the first half. They've kind of just been walking it down the field.
Yeah, another adjustment by the Hillgrove coaching staff is they were having some issues with the block, and there's some pressure coming his way.
Pick.
Almost intercepted.
Oh. There's a nice little fake screen, little slip by the number 2 wide receiver. Pretend you're blocking, watch it, pretend you're blocking, get up there and try to make a play, but the ball broken up by number 22 there, Samson Israel from Douglas County. Great play by the young man. Bouncing back, when we last saw the Douglas County defense in this area, he had back-to-back pass interference calls. So good to see Israel, brushing off the first half, making a play.
And huge here. They could not afford to fall down by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, big-time stop. We'll see if he can go 1 for 2 on field goals tonight. Missed the about a 35-yarder earlier.
A high snap, they get it down.
Field goal is no good, James, wide left. And what a big stop.
Yep, and this portion of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Southside Record. Towing, recovery, and roadside assistance for the Southside metro area. Southside Records, we get you there. We also want to remind you that we also want to remind you tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Coweta Score. Before the game, after the game, during the game, Coweta Score has Coweta Prep Sports covered.
Franklin back in there at quarterback for Douglas County. It's a good sign.
That is a good sign. We'll see if he can keep that cramp out.
James, I've got to see a good bit of Oldfield in this second half. You've got to suspect from this Douglas County coaching staff.
And that's where they're going to fake it to him. He's going to run it to the near side and get about a yard is all.
I guess he's bounced back from that hamstring cramp. Must have some magic electrolytes over here.
I'm telling you. Well, and, the thing is right now they're keying so heavily on Franklin. I think Oldfield's almost the change-up at this point.
Yeah, we've seen majority of the carries tonight seemingly coming by way of Franklin there at the quarterback position. So this offensive line's definitely got to insert their will in the second half, James, if this Douglas County Tigers team is going to move the ball down the field.
They're going to call it a 2nd and 8 here as they backed it up a little bit. He's going to drop back to pass. Hit a man out in the flat. He's got some room to run over there if he can make a man miss.
That's Oldfield.
Got the corner and going to be knocked out of bounds about the 35-yard line. Doesn't matter how you get it to him. And if you can get him in space like that, he's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I would imagine he slipped out of the backfield there. Linebacker maybe lost contain or didn't see him get out of the backfield. Wide open there in the flat. Franklin hits him, and we've got a Douglas County first down.
It's a pretty good play call. Get Oldfield away from Franklin, let him key on Franklin, and then dump it back off to him. He'll take the snap, going to Hit the wide receiver over there for
Yeah,
about 5.
Little quick 5-yard out right there, James. I will say this. I watched him in pregame. That throw right there is the throw Franklin is most comfortable making. That quick, well-timed 5-yard out, a route that no matter the receiver, he's thrown it 100 times this preseason. He's very comfortable with that route. That was the very first thing they threw in pregame warm-ups today. So a good completion there. And again, like we saw in their first possession in the first half, trying to get the young quarterback some good, easy completions, get them some confidence rolling.
And give those Hawks linebackers something else to think about.
Got a little option here.
Yep. And going to hit him in the backfield, going to drag him down.
Yeah, so that play was pretty much doomed from the start, but young quarterbacks running the option. You've got to press the first read, the first defender that we leave open. You've got to press that defender, pitch it as late as possible, trying to draw some contact, open up some room for your teammate there in Oldfield.
Yeah, that wasn't much more than it might as well have been just an old toss sweep. I mean, you're not.
If you're not going to press the read, like James is talking about, we might as well just call toss sweep out of the pistol.
So we'll see what they've got here on a 3rd and 12, and this has not been their forte this evening. Franklin going to take it. Short drop, got plenty of time to try and hit a man over the middle.
That ball's got to be there.
Douglas County coaches wanting some flags. They're not going to get them, and that'll set up a 4th down.
Yeah, that ball to Trayvon Graham right there, number 84 to Douglas County. That ball's got to be thrown a little bit earlier. Graham was open earlier in the route. We didn't quite get to see it there in that replay, but, good effort from the defender getting in there. And whether or not he was early, no flag on the play.
Right.
4th down, on comes the punt unit.
Well, it was well defended. I'm kind of with you. We didn't like to call on Douglas County down in the end zone. To me, you got to give a little bit more leeway
Let the boys
to a high
play,
school,
man. Let the boys
defensive
play.
back.
I'm right there with you, James.
There's a snap pressure
And
coming again. That was a low one. It's going to take a nice Douglas County bounce.
It's that guy coming around the left edge the whole time on that punt unit, man. Young punters getting thrown into the fire here for Douglas County.
Yeah, he's done a good job. He's dug them out of a couple of holes right there.
He's certainly getting his fair share of work tonight,
yes,
James.
That he is, but he was able to get it away and set up a pretty good situation for the defense, 31-yard line. And a reminder, this portion of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by West Georgia Auto Transmission, located in Carrollton. Transmission repair, oil changes, and general maintenance. Visit Daniel and his staff today. And we're about ready to go back at it live here. 7:09 here. One thing Hillgrove has done is chew up some clock here. And we got flags. I think we're going to have motion on Hillgrove. Delay of game.
There it is. McCravey makes his first mistake of the night. No excuse for that. Coming out of a transition, you got your first snap of the possession. You got to get your guys up to the line. You got to snap the football. A senior quarterback like McCravey absolutely knows that. That'll be a minus on his grade report there, James.
He'll hand to the tailback. Got a little seam and spinning and turning. I tell you what, these Hillgrove backs do such a good job of keeping their legs turning. You see the contact, and they're good for 2-3 more yards after contact.
Yeah, T.J. Thomas in particular there, number 18, has been dragging guys all night. And on that play in particular, he drug old John Jefferson, the big defensive end, standing at about 6'4", 265, drug him about 4 or 5 yards.
So 2nd and 9 as they shift the running back. He's going to drop back. And pressure coming, and a completion for about 3 yards, looks like.
It's going to set up about a 3rd and 7 right there, James. And even for that matter, Hillgrove, not a situation that they've been necessarily great in tonight.
Right.
We've seen most of their success coming on early downs, staying well ahead of the sticks.
Yep. Well, and this will be a first opportunity. Douglas County's really kind of been at a disadvantage field position-wise all night long. If we could get a stop here, they could actually have some decent field position for a change, because they've been backed up a good portion of this ballgame. Pressure coming. Screen pass set up, and nice move to get past one man they've got blocking on the corner. They've sprung him down the sideline, and they're going to knock him out around the, looks like 36, 7-yard line down there. They're marking him out at 39.
You know, that's a sign of really good coaching there for Hillgrove. A pressure situation. We got 3rd and 7 in our own end. Let's get the ball to number 11, Trey Walker, and watch him make a couple men miss. The senior, look at him pointing blocks out there, running downfield, and he's going to finish this run with authority, letting number 5 know what's up.
And the big tailback out there getting the big key block in as well.
Look at him right there, number 18. Yes, sir. Playing for your teammates, man. Play for the next guy.
And there's pressure, a little dump off screen again. There it goes again.
Now that is a quick little bugger.
Yeah, and they're going to knock him out down around the 22-yard line.
Number 13, Taryue Bright. Quick on the outside there. Quick screen game right here, getting the ball out of McCravy's hands fast and letting the playmakers make the plays.
And right now, a lot of hands on the hips for that defense for Douglas County.
I think we're going to get a run play here.
Little toss sweep. They defend it well. They're going to drag him down for about a 2-yard loss.
That's number 7 from Douglas County, Joshua Robinson, the other defensive end, if you will, from Douglas County. We know Big John Jefferson's highly ranked, but I'm being told that Joshua Robinson's coming on lately in this junior class, this 2021 class. Joshua Robinson, a big, long defensive end here for Douglas County, number 7. A good-looking athlete, James.
Yeah. Been very, very active tonight.
That new center still there in for Hillgrove.
Sets up a 2nd and 11. Going to shift the running back. And pressure tipped away.
Now that ball was behind number 6 there, but that ball probably could have been caught. But again, man, you got a receiver running over the middle of the field. Put the ball where he can catch it, man. Put the ball where he doesn't have to look behind him. Keep his eyes head forward. Put him in the numbers.
For the most part, both quarterbacks have had to throw in a pretty tight windows tonight. The man-to-man coverage has been pretty good when we've seen it tonight for both teams.
Yeah, not a lot of zone coverage being run out here tonight, James. A lot of press man, making receivers get open on their own.
And we'll see what they've got in their bag of tricks for a 3rd and 11. There's a snap, going to drop back. Going to dump it over the middle. Can they tackle him before he gets first down? It's going to be, I think he stretched out there and got it.
I think he did too. I don't know. Looks like they might mark him short here, James. Going to be about 4th and inches. May have to bring the sticks out and measure it. Great play design here on the replay. You see running a little over route right there. All the defense, the whole offensive scheme's moving right. Got the over coming back left. That's his primary read. He gets to number 6 right there, and it's a first down. 4th down here. Going for it.
And he's going to have the first down and more.
Isaiah McCray, number 4.
And they just keep running fresh running backs in there.
What a back-breaking drive right here for Hillgrove. This Douglas County defense has been on the field, man. They've been out there.
Going to set up 1st and goal from the 8. And that's going right into the teeth of that student section, but right now not a lot to cheer for if you're a Douglas County Tiger fan.
That student section is deep, though.
Pressure coming. There's that same play again.
Trey Walker.
Patience.
What a play by number 11. Get in. Touchdown, number 11.
The patience and the composure.
From both Trey Walker and McCravey there. Yep. We saw the early tunnel screen, if we can get the replay, was covered up. McCravey held the ball a little bit longer. Here it is right here. You'll see the original play covered up. He holds the ball. Trey Walker makes 1-man miss, makes 2-man miss, makes a 3rd, breaks an ankle right there. Whoop, touchdown.
Nice tackle by a wide receiver out there. And right now, Hillgrove just doing all the little things right.
Correctly, and executing, man. Trey Walker making plays out here tonight for the Hillgrove Hawks. Puts them up 20-0, point after attempt pending.
And that one is up, and it is good. And that'll make your score with 4:49 to go. 21-0 Hillgrove. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more from Douglas County High School in just a moment.
As a lifelong Newton Cougar family, the Motlas are proud supporters of high school athletics. Thanks to the Motla family for helping make it possible to view tonight's action. Please don't hesitate to call Van, Jessica, and the Motla Hines team for all your real estate needs. Call them today at 770-376-7778. That's 770-376-7778. From the Motla family to yours, go Cougars.
We all know nothing goes with sports like hot wings, and nobody does hot wings in Fayette and Coweta County like HJ Wings and Things in Tyrone, Peachtree City, and now brand spanking new location down in Sonoa. Come by and see them for all those hot wings you love, the flavors you want, and all those things that are also wonderful. You name it, they've got it across the board, and they have great facilities and a staff who will take care of you second to none. And Douglas County finally with an opportunity to return one on the kickoff, and he's not going to quite make it back to the 20-yard line.
I thought he had some space over there. Number 2 from Douglas County, Travis Collier, trying to make a play for this Douglas County team that certainly needs one, James.
Oh, they do, but once again, talking about Hillgrove doing the little things right, everybody stays in their lanes. It looked like he had a lot of green turf over there, and it closed up quickly.
Yeah, certainly. It doesn't look like Hillgrove's coaching staff misses too many of the small details during the week. They are a very disciplined football team. And it's showing true right here in the score.
Well, 12 returning starters for this Hillgrove group. I think 6 on each side of the ball. There's snap, quick hitter, and nice completion, but only
There's
good
that
for a couple
quick out
yards.
again,
Yeah.
James.
They're going to have to find some success with something besides him running the ball, just to get the defense off his back a little bit.
We're getting to the point now into the game, James. They haven't been able to move the football, obviously. There's 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. They're down 3 scores. Going to have to start opening the playbook and throwing the football, something that Franklin's not necessarily comfortable doing, but he's going to have to here in the second half.
Yeah, it limits your playbook a little bit. Going to break contain and throw downfield. Just a little bit too far behind him. Tried that back shoulder throw, but just a little bit too far out. And we got another flag on the field.
Looks like it's back there near the offensive line again. I see some offensive linemen with their hands up and their head turned sideways like, man, that's never a good sign. And it indeed is a holding, James, so that's going to back them up even further. We're going to be looking at about a 2nd and 16, 2nd and 17 from their own 9.
Yeah, and that's been the undoing of this offense all night long is, they get behind the sticks, they're in trouble, and a lot of times it has been the holding penalty that's put them there.
Yes. Got to keep your hands inside, young offensive lineman. When you feel that defensive lineman getting on your outer edge, just let go, man. Give up the sack. Don't take the 10-yard penalty. It's the only time you're going to get your name called, and it's never a good time when it is.
Take the snap, fades back into his end zone, a little crossing bubble screen, and he's going to be knocked down quickly.
I'm going to tell you what, that is some pursuit there for number 50 from Hillgrove, and he was too stoked about it. Looks like he's going to get a personal foul here for a little bit of taunting. And that's number 50 from Hillgrove, Jake Bond, the senior defensive lineman, about 6'1", 250. Pursued heavily there and laid a lick. Got up just a little bit too excited, it looks like. We'll see, though. There we got a dead ball personal foul, like delay of game. Excuse me. Unsportsmanlike conduct, like we thought there from number 50.
That's a big penalty in that situation. Really bails Douglas County out.
Yeah, we went from a 2nd and 27 and a 2-yard gain turned into a 3rd and 4 now for Douglas County at the 24-yard line. So certainly a beneficial call there for Douglas County.
No doubt about it. So going to roll away from pressure, dump it out again. And he's going to make some folks miss. Just too much traffic there, but he does get enough for the first down.
I'm going to tell you what.
That's a nifty little run there.
Absolutely, but for a Douglas County offense right there was not much open.
No.
Oldenfield finds a little crack in the defense here on the sideline, makes a few guys miss, and gets the first down. So they do convert the 3rd and 4 thanks to a big penalty there from the Hillgrove Hawk defense. And now we have it, first down on the 30-yard line for the Tigers.
It's one of those that drive you crazy as a coach. You're about to put this team away, and now you've opened the door right back up for them. Oldfield contact, pulls away from one man, and going to be dragged down after about a 1-yard gain.
You know, but even there, James, he's hit in the backfield,
right,
makes the guy miss, and turns it into a positive play. Watch him. No read there. 20 makes a good play, gets him down, but Oldfield keeps his feet moving and at least makes it a positive play.
It's a size advantage for Douglas County. Is not neutral. It has been neutralized by the quickness of this Hillgrove defensive line.
Yeah, rotating a lot of fresh bodies in here is Hillgrove. Like we talked about in pregame, they got 100 guys over there, James.
Yep. They hand it off to him again. He's going to be dragged down after about a 2-yard run. Like you said, contact before he makes the line of scrimmage again.
That's number 26, Grant Suttle.
Number 26, Grant Suttle. Gain of 1, 3rd and 8.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8.
This linebacking core from Hillgrove has made plays all night. Number 20, Jordan Smith. Number 26, Grant Shuttle. And, of course, you can't forget the junior, Zach Parker, number 52, who's not currently on the field. But they've been all over the field tonight for the Hillgrove Hawks.
Snap going to drop back. Going to look for a man over the sideline just a little bit too far outside. Had him, but couldn't convert it.
You know, 3rd and 7. They try to run a play, get to the sticks, get out of bounds. Doesn't quite execute there for Douglas County. And we're going to see the punt team here down 3 scores.
With only 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. The only thing that you get out of that is you bought a little territory, but you did give your defense a little bit of a blow over there on the sideline. But the penalty ends up not really hurting Hillgrove in the end. There's a snap.
Didn't quite send the pressure there.
No, they didn't. And going to fair catch it at his own 37-yard line.
Made by number 11, Trey Walker.
All right, just a reminder, this broadcast is brought to you by Magic Wand Deck Restoration Plus. The portion of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by, again, Magic Wand Deck Restoration Plus, serving all of Midwest Georgia. Shane and his staff specialize in deck and wood restoration. Thank you to Magic Wand Deck Restoration.
And we've seen the commercials that have been rolling by. You know, if you got that wood gets worn, but sometimes you don't have to replace it. They do a fantastic job of making it look brand new.
Yeah, restoration's good stuff, man.
There's a hand right up the middle. He's got some room to run, makes one man miss. They're going to drag him down, but once again, keeps those legs turning. It's going to be good for about 8 yards.
We've got our 3rd back rotating in here for Hillgrove. That's senior big boy James Maddox, listed at 5'10", 215 pounds, and he looks all of it, James.
Yes, he does.
Maddox was brought down by number 33, Shakai Woods.
You got to start feeling for this Douglas County defense, man. They're going to turn on the tape tomorrow and see they played about 85 snaps in this football game.
Yeah, it's been on the field a long time. There's a snap, going to run a little sweet play, and nice pursuit by the defense, dragging him down after very little gain.
That's the freshman, number 33, Shakai Woods, getting in there. You love to see a 9th grader making plays. We talked about that in the first half. Shakai Woods, man, looking good here tonight. A lone bright spot on this defense for Douglas County, if you will. And, of course, our big boy in the middle there, Kyron Thomas, has played great tonight.
Take the snap, run it right up the middle. Big hit, and this time they do drive him back.
That's a host of tacklers, as they like to say there, but I believe it was led by John Jefferson there, big number 1.
I tell you what, that's the only way you're bringing these backs down without a gain. You better bring some friends.
Yeah. Got to make it a party at the ball, as the defensive coordinators like to say. Get to the ball, let's have a party.
And we got a 4th and 2. We'll see what Hillgrove's going to kick it away. We've almost expired the 3rd quarter, so.
You'd like to think if this game were close here, James, Coach Ironside would be going for this 4th and short.
So they're going to, we'll see. My guess is they'll let this expire before they kick it away. And we'll take after 3, your score 21-0. Hillgrove will take a break. We'll be back with the 4th quarter of your Midwest Georgia Game of the Week, live from Douglas County High School.
Magic Wand Deck Restoration Plus, serving Midwest Georgia, offers deck restoration services plus much more. A 5-star rated company, certified in wood restoration, can restore your deck to its original beauty. Save your wood and save your money. Free consultations and affordable maintenance plans available. Call Shane today at 770-616-1787 or visit them online at magicwanddeckrestoration.net. Since 1981, Southside Wrecker Service has provided Coweta County and the South Metro area with reliable towing, recovery, and roadside assistance services. Next time you need a tow, call their friendly and professional staff of well-trained operators featuring a fleet of modern equipment for light and heavy-duty towing and equipment transport. Georgia DOT certified, available 24/7. Call them at 770-964-8220 or visit them online at southsiderecords.com. Southside Wrecker Service. We get you there.
And welcome back to Douglas County High School. 21-0 Hillgrove in the lead as we start the fourth quarter. I tell you what, that commercial makes you want to drive a record.
We were just laughing at that, James. I don't know who films or directs Southside Records commercials, but I need to hire those folks, and I don't even have a video to edit, but they need to come do it. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I tell you what, makes you want to be a tow truck driver.
You know, never a good thing when you have to call a tow truck, but damn, that commercial makes me want to call one.
I know it. So we're getting ready to go here in the fourth period, and Hillgrove about to kick it back to Douglas County. Big stop for the Tigers there. Any more points and this thing's done, but they've got to find some offense. I think 7 quarters now against Hillgrove, no points, and that just can't continue here.
Yeah, we just see Hillgrove, I believe. Oh, here's the schedule.
There's our schedule upcoming. Next week we'll be out in Carrollton for East Coweta Carrollton. Then back to Noonan for Alexander coming in to visit. Lowndes in East Coweta, Northgate Creekside, Riverdale McIntosh as we head over more a little to the east side of our broadcast area. Griffin Stars Mill has been for a region championship the last 3 years. South Paulding and Hughes, Stars Mill, McIntosh, a battle of the bubble. Westlake and Noonan, that is another one that's been for a region championship. And Creekside, Douglas County right back here, and then finish it up with East Coweta and Noonan.
What do you guys in the West Coast over here, west side of Atlanta, know about the bubble?
That's a good old Peachtree City bubble over there.
Gotta love it.
Yep.
You can drive you a golf cart. You can play a couple holes of golf. You can go watch the battle of the bubble over there between Stars Mill and McIntosh, 2 teams that don't necessarily like each other.
I grew up with my kids going to East Coweta. Big rivalry with Noonan. Mm-hmm. Transferred over to McIntosh. Much bigger rivalry between McIntosh and Stars Mill. Doesn't get to pub because McIntosh hadn't been as competitive over the years in football, but in every other sport,
they get after it.
They play each other in state championship games,
Great soccer programs over there in the bubble.
Absolutely are. I think McIntosh won both of them last year. They beat Stars Mill for one, I think the boys, and beat the Whitewater girls for the other one. There's a snap quick hitter, and that's a little bit more. That's what they need. About 5 yards on the completion.
I'm going to tell you what.
Nothing off the clock, though.
I'm not a mathematician, but I would say majority of his completions have come out on that speed out route tonight.
Yep. And what you got to worry about there is at what point do one of
somebody
these
jump that route.
But
you see, we got off-man coverage down here at the bottom. I know you can't quite see it in your screen, but corner's playing about 7 yards off right now, giving them pretty much everything.
We're crossing right. We should have – boy, there was a lot of contact. Yeah, that is finally going to get a flag. He ran through him before the ball got there. That's a good flag.
I would almost say, James, it looked like that ball was tipped there by 52, Zach Parker from Hillgrove. Maybe that's some of the angst from the Hillgrove side over there.
We do have a conversation going on. It was
the back judge who called that, correct?
Yep.
So we'll see.
He would not have been in position to see a tip ball.
James, it's the first game for these referees tonight, too, so maybe give them a little bit of break,
and
give them a little slack.
Good job.
They have. They've done a pretty good job. Nothing egregious. That's my main thing. If you're going to be a referee, come out here, just don't do anything egregious.
Yep.
Looks like it's going against the offense here. Or no, they're just maybe spotting the ball here on second down.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. So they are going to say that was an incomplete pass, I believe, and wave off the pass interference because I don't see the referee marking it off. Nope, they're backing up. I don't know what's going on, James.
I think I'm not sure the guys in stripes know what's going on right
There's
now.
the replay right there. It was indeed tipped by Zach Parker right there, number 52. So again,
you shouldn't have
this is our first. Right. This is our first egregious call, if you will. Our first mistake from these referees.
Yep.
But granted, they don't have the pleasure of replay down there on the field.
I saw where some of the high school folks from across the nation have started to implement replay.
Oh.
The problem is, I don't know that most facilities are set up to do that. And if you can't do it evenly, I don't think you should do it at all.
Heck, most college facilities aren't even set up for that kind of game.
Sailed that one over his head. That goes in complete.
Yeah, we have the advantage of being up here with the Douglas County coaching staff. And I think there was a miscommunication there, certainly a missed touchdown. If we could get the replay, perhaps, you'll see the number 2 receiver streaking down the field on a fake screen right there. I think that's where it was intended to be called.
Yeah, he may be just getting a little too locked in. It's his comfort zone. It's there. He's taking it, and maybe not checking some of the other things. Right up the middle this time. Nice run as he ducks that shoulder and bowls over a defender. Get about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, big physical run for number 15 there from Douglas County. That's Eric Campbell. Does a little dual duties here for the Douglas County Tigers. Plays a little bit of running back, plays a little bit of linebacker.
Yeah, that's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. With 11:05 to go here in the 4th. Going to take it. Quick hitter over here, and that's going to be enough for the first down.
There it is. That's that 7-yard cushion we're talking about. 3rd and 6. Get to the sticks, sit it down, create some space. Quarterback's going to hit you. Here's the replay right here. Throws it in rhythm. That ball had some zip on it too as well, James. So, maybe that's the key. Get the guy in rhythm. Get him a 2-step drop. Let him, no decisions. Don't let him think. Just let him rip it.
And the more successful, the more they can spread that out, the more he's going to be successful running the ball. It's just that simple. Going to go deep
double
down
move
the
here.
Sideline this time. And I tell you what, there was some contact between the defender and the wide receiver that kind of disrupted the rhythm there.
Yeah, a little hitch and go right there. All right, this portion of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by HJ Wings and Things, location in the Midwest Georgia area. Stop by their new location
in Sonoya.
In Sonoya, HJ Wings, the home of the Scorthers.
Yeah. I forgot
all good.
There's a fake handoff, all kinds of pressure coming his way. I think we're going to have another hold right there in the middle of the field.
Yeah, certainly looks like another hold. We've had a flag parade on this Douglas County offensive line.
And they've just come at really bad times a lot of times, too.
Yeah, again, it's like we were talking about in the first half. Holds on first down. We don't want them, right? But holds on 2nd and 3rd down, we absolutely cannot have them. Unless you're preventing something crazy like a strip sack or protecting a quarterback that you know is just going to get lit up.
Now, the one thing I will take away from this, Hillgrove's going to be right back where they've been. This is a really good football team. Douglas County, even though they're down 21 points, as this team matures and gets into region play, I think they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, and certainly Hillgrove might be one of their better opponents that they play all season. And, again, they get it right here, week 1, quarterback's first career high school start.
Best team they played last year. They went undefeated in regular season, lost in the 3rd round of the state champions in 7A. Nice setup play there, but great pursuit, spins away, but they drag him out of bounds at about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of number 32, Jamal Cole, tonight. Running back catches a nice little bubble screen right there and tries to get upfield, but it looks like we're going to be just short. Well, not quite just short. Looks like we're facing a 4th and 8 here for Douglas County. You're almost at the point in the football game where you got to start keeping the offense on the field,
Yeah,
James.
with 10:20 to go, down by 3 scores. If you've got any hope of coming back and winning this ball game. And the Tigers will take a timeout. And want to remind you that this portion of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Coweta Score. Before the game, after the game, during the game, Coweta Score has Coweta Prep Sports covered. Also want to remind you that Southland Sports, you can be sure to like our Southland Sports TV Facebook page for the latest on local broadcasts coming to you in your area. Comment on our post, and we may add your comment to the part of tonight's broadcast. And then also Stream City, as we've got 3 games going on tonight over at New Manchester, as they were playing toe-to-toe with a very good Pace Academy squad. Chapel Hill was beating Noonan at halftime, 17-3. And then, of course, we also have game over in Henry County as the Fayette County Tigers were over there taking on the Hampton Hornets. So we have not gotten a score reported on that one to us yet. So those, and then next week we got a full slate as well. We'll get into those before the game's out. We'll put a man in motion. And he's going to keep it, run right back up the middle. He's got a little bit of room, going to make a man miss. If he can get a block, man slips down. He just uses his athletic ability to get that first down.
Yeah, he shook one of his own players out over there. Tailback on the bubble screen, you know, trying to get a block for his quarterback. Quarterback shook him and put him on the ground. So here we go. Here's the replay. Watch number 32 out there. He kind of gets lost. Whoop. Gets put down himself.
Yep.
Quarterback shaking everybody out there, man.
There you go. Even the ones that can't see him. That's a fantastic run there, and that's nothing but athletic abilities.
He mixed a little Deion high step in there.
Yeah,
you saw that,
Deion high step in there.
I'm a cultured young man. I know all about Deion Sanders too there, James.
That sets up a 1st and 10 on the Hillgrove 33. Going to try and hit a man down in the corner. He's got a step. Touchdown.
The Tigers get on the board with a great vertical route there from number 2, Collier. And Justin Franklin gets, assumably, his first career touchdown pass.
And that is basically the play that the coaches up here were screaming for back last possession. So they convert that one finally on the board against this Hillgrove group. And going to see if we can convert the extra point here.
Here's the replay right here, James. Franklin throws a good ball downfield, a little bit underthrown, but Collier's so wide open it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Tigers.
They got the speed on the outside, and they took advantage of it there.
What great camera work by our camera crews up here, man, catching that replay. That's good stuff.
Tip of the old sports derby there.
Point after attempt blocked there for Hillgrove.
So your score remains 21-6. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more from Douglas County High School on Southland Sports TV in just a moment.
As a lifelong Newton Cougar family, the Motlas are proud supporters of high school athletics. Thanks to the Motla family for helping make it possible to view tonight's action. Please don't hesitate to call Van, Jessica, and the Motla Hines team for all your real estate needs. Call them today at 770-376-7778. That's 770-376-7778. From the Motla family to yours, go Cougars.
We all know nothing goes with sports like hot wings, and nobody does hot wings in Fayette and Coweta County like HJ Wings and Things in Tyrone, Peachtree City, and now brand spanking new location down in Sonoa. Come by and see them for all those hot wings you love, the flavors you want, and all those things that are also wonderful. You name it, they've got it across the board, and they have great facilities and a staff who will take care of you second to none. And welcome back to Douglas County High School. Your score now 21-6 as the Tigers have finally found pay dirt this evening. Extra point was blocked, so the special teams continue to have some issues for the Tigers as they get ready to kick it off here to get this.
Any idea where the term came from, James? Pay dirt? Why they call it pay dirt?
I don't know.
I guess that's where the money's made.
Yeah,
I don't know
guess
what's
so.
going on over
a
there.
little short thing trying to catch him sleeping. And going to be taken and knocked out of bounds hard.
You know, you don't like to criticize these young men. And number 18 for Hillgrove's had a great game there, TJ Thomas. But you probably need to let that ball go out of bounds right there. Get the ball at the 35-yard line. Don't risk, you know, maybe a fumble or something silly like that. If they want to kick the ball out of bounds, let them kick the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, take the penalty and move on. And got it, somebody else down.
See what we got going on here. Maybe another.
Looks like a shoulder.
Yep.
Can't quite tell who that is down there on the field. Number 10. Let's see here. That is Kenyatta Robinson, the sophomore defensive back. Seen him make a couple good plays tonight.
Yeah,
playing a lot of special teams is Mr. Robinson.
What if he got a stinger? He's just kind of flexing that hand out there. But that's a big score for Douglas County. Regardless of whether they come back and win this ball game, you never want to get shut out.
Yeah,
that's
like
just demoralizing.
And like you mentioned, James, they were shut out last year, right?
Right.
Lost this football game 17-0. As you mentioned earlier, had gone a full 7 quarters without getting on the board. Now, team morale boosts a little bit there, though I don't see the energy, uplifted over here on the Douglas County side. But maybe this defense can make a good play right here, make a big play and get back in this.
Yeah, you're really one big play away from being right back in this ball game.
Yeah, pick 6,
Yep.
2-point conversion. Next thing you know, 1-score game. You guys can do math. That looked like an early false start right there.
I believe you're right.
5 on the play. The illegal procedure called against Hillgrove.
And then, of course, tomorrow night we'll be at Mercedes-Benz with East Coweta as they wrap up the Corky Kell Classic. We got a big assignment with Mill Creek. That is a very good program they're taking on tomorrow night. Didn't think that schedule could get any tougher than it was last year. They traded Kell for Mill Creek.
Oof.
So.
Yeah, what a great experience for those young men, though, getting to play in the
Absolutely.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That's going to be absolutely awesome, something those guys will remember for quite some time. I got to play in the Georgia Dome one time, and I'll never forget it. I'll promise you that right now. Even though we got smoked in a state championship game, James.
It happens.
That it does.
There, nice cut back, and he finds a lane right up the middle. And he got back.
Is that our guy? Yeah, it is.
Penalty yardage and a little bit more.
That's our guy, T.J. Thomas again, man. When he decides to get upfield, he makes no quarrels about it, baby. He gets downhill with a full head of steam and playing behind his pads. That's what you like to see.
And there's Hillgrove's upcoming schedule. Pebblebrook, Banneker, Etowah, South Forsyth, and McEachern as they jump into region play. And that is a big game to have that early, that McEachern game. It likely could be throw Marietta in there with them.
That's at McEachern, too, so you might see about 20,000 people at that game.
Quarter there and got some good yardage and enough for the first down. Looks like maybe just a little bit short. I think they're marking him a.
James, we're going to hire us a stat guy just to see how many yards T.J. Thomas had tonight. Got to be well over 100 at this point.
Yeah, he's had a good night.
And I'll tell you.
Had the big block.
Yes. And last week when I watched him play against Grayson, they were actually featuring more of Isaiah McCray in their backfield. Now we get into this game, and they're certainly, Coach Ironside's certainly feeding the hot hand here in T.J. Thomas.
No doubt about it. 1st and 10, they did get the first down at the 32-yard line. And we got another flag. I think we're going to have procedure again, or do we have a
delay
clock
of game,
expire?
it looks like.
Delay of game called against Hillgrove.
That's the second one of those this half.
Yeah, maybe falling asleep at the wheel a little bit is Mr. McCrary. He needs to, get back on track here, get this offense rolling. They're trying to run the ball. They're trying to run the clock down. And, pre-snap penalties will absolutely kill you.
Well, and the thing is, it's a comfortable lead right now, but it could become uncomfortable in a big hurry if the wrong thing happens.
Absolutely.
There's a snap, going to hand the tail back. He's got a hole again. He's going to almost pull out of the tackle, and I don't know that anybody would have caught him.
Douglas County's packing the box. They're sending a lot of guys in there. But if you don't go into the line of scrimmage with gap integrity, you're going to leave open holes, and T.J. Thomas certainly found himself one there.
Showing good vision.
Another snap infraction it's going to look like here from Hillgrove. A little hiccup there from the center.
The illegal procedure called against Hillgrove.
Again, man, something Coach Ironside's definitely going to hammer home when he gets the tape. Pre-snap penalties. Look, I can understand, face mask happens. Football's a fast game. Heck, pass interference happens. All those kinds of things, holdings happens. Pre-snap penalties, we can fully eliminate that. All that is discipline. We can control that.
There's a snap, and he's going to try and go over the top. He's got a man, and it's going to be he called it complete. Looked like he got a foot down. And
That's number 11, Trey Walker again. The senior wide receiver making plays tonight for Hillgrove. Here's the replay. You know, we didn't quite see the ball right there, but I'm going to tell you what, McCray put it in the perfect spot, just over the outside shoulder. Perfect ball from McCray there, the senior quarterback from Hillgrove.
Yep, he's high, but that's living proof right there.
That's what I was about to say, James. It's very clear to me, Coach Ironside and his staff really hammer home the small details, and that's where football games are won and lost, man.
Pressure coming, and he almost ducked out of it, and then he almost lost the ball. Big sack there for Douglas County as they got great penetration.
John Jefferson in there on the sack, big number 1. That's the replay earlier from Walker's catch. John Jefferson now limping off for Douglas County after his sack. Young quarterbacks, you have got to account for defensive ends on your rollouts. They are a free man, young boys.
And they set that screen up again, and he's got some running room there in the middle. I tell you what, they execute that so very well. And what people who aren't really familiar with the small details in football, it takes so many people doing their job right to make that play work.
Yeah, my coach in college used to always say, do your 1/11th, right? That's all you can control. Do your job and let everyone else handle theirs. But like you're saying, James, one guy may not do his job on a certain play. That play's a negative play. That's how it works in football. That's what makes the game so great, man. It is a team sport.
It absolutely is. Shift the running back and a roll to the near side, looking to go deep. He's got a man down there and just let him a little too much. Needed just a little bit more air under that.
That's a classic case of, oh, he's really open.
21-6, your score was 7:04. It's going to be 4th and 11. We'll see what Hillgrove elects to do here.
Looks like they might be. No, they're going to send on the punting unit. Or
I'm not sure. I wouldn't find out
try
exactly.
A field goal, yeah. Try what that 52-yard leg I've been talking about is all about.
Yep, he's had a little bit of a rough night, being an opportunity to kind of come out here and maybe redeem himself, build a little confidence heading into next week. Because the reality is, now it looks like they're going to punt this away. Reality is he's a very good kicker, and they're going to need him to reach their full potential this year.
And in typical Hillgrove fashion here on this punt, we've got a delay of game. And here, James, you can assume this is on purpose, right? You're trying to get the punter a little bit more breathing room, let him get what we call a coffin corner.
Coffin corner. Absolutely.
You got any idea where that one came from?
I don't.
I'm sure you're basically killing the drive, right? You're putting it in a coffin, putting it in the corner, coffin corner. Gotta love football terminology.
There's the snap, there's the punt, and a little low line drive right to him. If he can get the corner here, he might have some running room. He does. Good pursuit, and they knock him out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
Now, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say Mr. 80 right there, Gabriel Cineros, the tight end, senior tight end, getting in there on special teams, making a big hit.
He did. Because I tell you what, if he gets past him, there's a lot of green turf in front of him.
Might have been a house call.
Yep, and then all of a sudden, it gets a little tighter.
Yeah.
So instead, you're going to have first down on.
That's number 5 there, Jalen Harris from Douglas County. He's had a bit of a rough game here on the special teams unit, but glad to see the young man making a play right there.
Absolutely.
Getting his team out of horrendous field position. He caught that ball at about the 5. And due to what I would assume was a block in the back there, was that the penalty? It looks like, block in the back it was.
It'll back him right back up there.
That's tough stuff right there.
Been that kind of night for Douglas County.
Absolutely has, man. Been that kind of night.
They've done a lot of good things, but then it just can't do it consistently enough. And this Hillgrove squad's so good, you can't have self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah, they don't let up over there at Hillgrove.
No, they don't.
They're going to play a full 48 minutes.
So 6:53, down 2 scores. And they're going to try and go deep again. And he just never did find the ball. Really was nowhere to throw it. There was no opening there. That was well defended.
No, we're seeing good man coverage again here from Hillgrove with 2 safeties over the top, man. They're playing pretty pretty risk-averse defense right now. Rushing 4, dropping 8 or dropping 7, playing for the pass. And here you can see it. You can see the cushion they're giving wide receivers down here at the bottom.
Yeah, don't want to repeat of what they had happen earlier.
Certainly not.
And they've definitely backed off a little bit more. Looking to go deep. He's got some pressure coming his way. He's going to throw it out of bounds. Good heads-up play. No place to go. Just
one thing I will say about this Douglas County offense that they probably need to work on next week, a little thing called the scramble drill. If you're going to have a run or a quarterback back there running back or running around all the time, help him out, man. Get open, find a hole in the defense, always moving. Get back to the ball. If you're short, go high. If you're high, go low. That's the rule of the scramble drill. It's pretty simple. Never stop moving. That's rule number 1.
That'll set up a 3rd and 10 deep in their own territory. They're going to take the snap and drop back. Got a man open this time. That'll be enough for the first down as he drags a defender for a couple extra yards. He'll be pulled down around the 30.
I think it's safe to say number 9, Connie Walker, is certainly his favorite target here.
Absolutely has been.
Obviously, Collier caught the touchdown pass earlier, but majority of the workload has been going to number 9 tonight for Douglas County.
We'll mark him at the 29. So 1st and 10 from the 29 down to 6:20 now in the ball game.
Yeah, that clock's been running on us all night, it seems like. We just lost the scoreboard for a second.
Somebody must have kicked out the plug. There he goes. He's got some room to run. He's going to go down for the first down.
Again, man, that's where he likes to be. That's where he makes most of his plays with his legs there. And you can see him, the young man showing some energy, showing some emotion. There's one guy out here playing hard. It's number 4.
And that's one thing that does open up when you're playing back a little bit, especially if you've got your back to the quarterback. There's going to be some yards to run. If he can break contain, he can make some big plays here with 5:52 to go in your ball game.
Got a blitz off the edge coming. And I think he left a little early.
I think you're right. I think they're going to get a free 5 yards out of this.
They got encroachment on the defense there, number 21. A little bit anxious. Probably hadn't heard his name called tonight very much on those blitz. When you get your chance, you're trying to go in there and make a big play. I feel for the young man. Jabril Salem right there from Hillgrove, number 21.
5:46 to go in the ball game. 21-6. Hillgrove in the lead, but Douglas County trying to come down. And, if they can score fairly quickly here, it could get interesting.
Absolutely.
Quick drop back, going to try and hit him long again. Well defended.
Yeah, they went back to the hitch and go right there. Did Douglas County, trying to get number 9 like we talked about there in Armani. But, don't quite get it. Corner ready for it. Corner played it well right there in his hip pocket for the most part. Connie Walker right there.
Yeah, Andrew Worthy's done a great job all night long.
It's a long corner.
It definitely has been compared to the first 3. So they'll settle in with a 2nd and 5. It's not a bad call, though, when you got that 1st and 5. Trying to hit that deep one, time's becoming an issue. Going deep again, well defended again, and almost intercepted. We're going to have it's going to be interesting to see who the call is on here. There was a lot of hand checking going on there.
There was. I got a feel for Mr. Connie Walker. That's 3 plays in a row. 3 out of 4 plays where he's going on a 40-yard route, man.
Yep, somebody
gotta be winded.
Did their summer work.
Yes, absolutely. No cramps for number 9 right here
No hands
tonight.
on the hips.
And you know what? He was here. You check on the replay. He was on top of the corner right here. He had him beat. Ball underthrown just a bit, and you see the pass interference right there.
Little tug. It just had that little tug.
Little tug. Now, we talked about not giving up holds on offensive line.
Right.
As a defensive back, if you're beat, tackle the guy.
Right.
Don't give up the touchdown.
Yeah. Especially when it's not a spot foul.
Spot foul, exactly.
Yeah. You got really nothing to lose on a deep route to
take the 15 yards,
exactly.
Not the 7 points.
And they may not throw the flag. Got pressure coming. He steps away from it. More pressure coming his way, and that one's going to be picked off. Going back the other way to the 50, down to the 40. Got a block, and he makes go all the way. Got a man coming across trying to get there. He's not going to make it. And that, sir, is going to be the cherry on top of the cake. Unless there's laundry on the field, and I do not see any.
Yeah, we got a clean play there. You know, I thought we were going to see something good there for Franklin as he rolled out of the pocket. Here's the replay. You'll see it keeps his eyes up the field once he makes the first defender miss, which is good. You want to see that happen. Makes the throw there off platform, and the pick taken back to the house. House call, 6 points, Hillgrove Hawks.
And they'll look to make it a three-score ball game now, but look to push it out to 28-6 lead.
4-score. That's a cramp.
Yep, they've had a few. The big man over here on the sideline having one right now as he.
It's been a long night for both these teams, or both the sides of Douglas County's units, man, offense and defense both.
I'm not sure what the discussion here is.
Sideline warning against Douglas County, it looks like.
After the touchdown, sideline warning against Hillgrove.
Oh, excuse me, against Hillgrove. Coach White is hot right now.
Yes, he is.
Coach White on the field pleading his case very, very passionately.
I'm fairly certain he is not going to be on his Christmas card list. And that's what the sideline warning was about. The white hat wants him off the field.
The white hat's going to get a mouthful first, and then he'll get off the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Those coaches don't go quietly. Douglas County band still got some energy over here, James.
That they do. There's kick is up, and it is good. Your score 28-6 with 5:06 to go in the ball game. We'll take another break. We'll be back with the wrap-up of this one here on Southland Sports TV in just a moment.
It would break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day.
You guys need some help?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Trey Walker.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Check it out, man.
Yeah.
What's the dream?
My dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
I appreciate you having me out. You can swing a mean net, man.
For details, contact Wayne Crook at the Wayne Crook Agency. Call 678-202-3375 or stop by 3150 Gulf Ridge Boulevard, Suite 201 today. And welcome back to Douglas County High School. Your score 28-6 Hillgrove as they get the pick six. There's a kickoff again, and that one's going to go into the end zone and can't be returned. And they've only had the opportunity really to return one all night.
Yeah, they had the one decent return called back for a block in the back, and then they had the not so good return on one of the opening kicks. You know, returner got hit in the chest basically and got tackled inside his own 5. But
yeah, it's been an adventure to say the least for Douglas County on the special teams.
I think we might get a look at some younger guys here on the offensive line for Douglas County. I see a young man, number 55, going into the game. Let's check him on the roster. That's the first time we've seen him all night. That's Trey Walker. Not necessarily young, he's a senior, but getting some reps in here at left guard. So there you see the coaching staff for Douglas County. They've had a rough night.
Yes, it hasn't exactly unfolded the way they would have liked. They'll take the snap and going to keep it and run. Got all kinds of pressure. Nice block. And that's a kid keeping his head in the ball game for his. And we may have a.
I think we're going to get a face mask or a late hit here.
I think we might.
Certainly saw some head movement for number 4 there as he was going out of bounds.
And they're going to get together and talk about it.
You know what I haven't seen tonight, James, that I wish I would from this Douglas County offense? A little bit of quarterback draw. How about get everyone out, spread them all the way out, get a 5-man box if we can from Hillgrove. I know the passing threat's not necessarily there, but empty the box out. Let this guy be as comfortable as he possibly can.
Right.
Give him some design runs a little bit more.
It's a big 15-yard penalty. That's going to take him across midfield.
Ball is brought up to the 48-yard line of the Hawks. First down, Tigers.
So 28-6 Hillgrove. Tigers looking to just playing for pride right now.
You got just under 5 minutes left in this contest.
Drop back and looks to keep it himself. Just too much pressure, nowhere to run with it. Going to throw it out of bounds. There's a good heads-up play.
Again, with the scramble drill, guys, help your quarterback out. The guy's back there running for his life. Get open. Don't just stand on the sideline. If you're stuck on the sideline, get vertical. Do something. Don't just stare at your guy running out of bounds, running from people who are trying to kill him.
Well, that's one of those just nuances that the casual fan doesn't, you know, a lot of times you're looking at it going, why isn't he throwing it? Why isn't he doing this? Well, it may not be on the quarterback. Mm-hmm. It may be somebody else isn't doing their job. The quarterback's always the guy with the ball in his hand, so he always gets the credit or the blame. But if the other 10 guys aren't doing what they're supposed to, he can't be successful. Screen pass a little bit high, missed tackle initially, and then there's that pursuit from Hillgrove again.
Yeah, like you're talking about there, it looks like number 27 didn't make anybody miss, right? Got to make a guy miss. But no, what actually has to happen is the slot receiver's got to make his block on the outside linebacker. Screen passes, tunnel screens, none of that works if you've got 11 free defenders running at the ball carrier.
That is what's been so impressive about the inside screens that Hillgrove's been so successful with. It takes 11 guys doing their job, and they have executed that so well all night long.
You know, I know you got to talk to Coach Ironside last night, but I bet there was a sentiment of selflessness from his football team. Likes to teach that with his young guys, and you can see it here on this football team.
There's the delivery. There's a nice pass, and that's going to be for a few yards.
And we're going to see about a 4th and 5 here, it's going to look like, from Douglas County.
At least it makes it more manageable. That's a good play, you know. Some people are going to look at that and go, well, why aren't you throwing for the first down? Well, your success rate is so much higher if you can take this in 2 bites.
Yeah. You certainly know it's 4-down territory and 4-down situation for your offense, so call it accordingly.
4th and 5, you got the whole playbook. There's
Hillgrove bringing pressure
coming again. He's through his hands. Kind of slipped on his cutback and went through his hands, so that'll turn the ball over on downs to Hillgrove.
Again, back to that blame conversation about the quarterback. Right. That's one of the better balls, you know, Franklin's thrown all night, and it hits the guy right in the face mask, goes right through his hands, and pops out for an incomplete pass. Turnover on downs.
That's it. Quick reminder, we'll be out in Carrollton next week at West Georgia as East Coweta heads out to take on a very, very good Carrollton squad out there. And that will be a little bit later. I think that's the 8 o'clock kickoff next week for Southland Sports TV and your Midwest Georgia game of the week.
A couple big-time players over there for Carrollton High School, James.
Absolutely.
Couple Clemson commits. And again, we're seeing about some younger guys running onto the field here for Douglas County.
There's the Douglas County upcoming schedule. We'll be with them next week on the radio side of things with Stream City Radio as they head over to Eagles Landing. Then a trip to Northgate.
I believe I saw a Norcross matchup in there as well.
There it is again, South Paulding.
Nope.
Langston Hughes Mays. So it just, you got 2 non-region games, and you're right into region play with this group.
Yeah, one thing that pops off the screen right there, they go 4 out of their next 5 games on the road. So Douglas County got a tough road to hoe over the next 5 weeks.
Yep. The only positive side of that, a lot of home games on the back end of that
On the back
schedule.
end, yes, sir. Glad I wore some comfortable shoes tonight, James.
You got that right. We'll be over at Northgate also next week as Noonan travels over there. A rare battle between those two. There's a run up the middle, well defended by, and they keep, there you go, that pile just slowly moving down the field as the legs just keep turning. They finally bring him down.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, I guarantee you James Maddox, the senior tailback there from Hillgrove, probably doesn't get to see a lot of playing time throughout the season, or at least with them running that, traditional two-man, two-headed monster there with Isaiah McCray, number 4, and number 18, T.J. Thomas. Here's the replay. Watch it. He gets hit there at the line of scrimmage at about the 38-yard line, and boom, bang, bounces around for a bit, keeps those feet churning, gets another 4 or 5 yards. Here we are staring at a 3rd and 1, and guess what? That clock's just chewing and eating.
Yep, that's it. He's got those Ironhead Hayward legs. Just get in there and grind.
Probably a bit before my time. Maybe there, James.
So. Ask Mr. McKinney about it. He can tell you about Ironhead.
Will do. Is he a wrestler?
No, he was a running back.
Sounds like a wrestler.
He could have been a wrestler. That's back when the NFL had good nicknames.
Oh, okay. Like Billy White Shoes Johnson and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Never like to see a running back run out of bounds when you got the lead, trying to run out the clock. Stay in bounds, young man.
Personal foul called against the Tigers.
And going to be another foul on Douglas County, and that has been a problem all night long.
We just got a good shot at Coach Ironside over there, man, and I'm going to tell you what, the flow's looking nice.
Look
at him. Look at him right there, man. That's a good-looking hairdo right there. Got the beard to match, going a little gray.
I'm telling you.
But you know what? Flops and flow. I like it.
There you go.
My kind of coach. Yeah, you see it, 14th season, 102 and 42. Pretty good win percentage there, James.
That especially when you're
in that area, too, man.
In that area, that's pretty amazing. I mean, it's
some pretty high-profile football players coming out of Hillgrove. We talked about in pregame. Bradley Chubb, the defensive end, now playing for the Denver Broncos after going to NC State. And, of course, Kenyon Drake.
Right.
Most people know him from playing at Alabama, now a running back for the Miami Dolphins.
Right. So they've produced some NFL caliber players out there, no doubt about it. And of course, Coach Ironside was at Campbell before that, and then moved up when they opened the program up. And I can't remember. I looked at their – he's either had no lose – I think a 1-500 season is the worst they've been.
Get a nice look at the back of Coach White's head right there.
Yes, he's not a real happy man right now.
Actually, I don't believe that was Coach White.
Bounced outside and going to be dragged down right at the first down marker.
The boss man's got the visor on over there, I believe.
Sam Amelli on the carry.
And that will – they're marking him just short of the first down.
They're going to have to run another snap here, but it'll probably be the last play of the game here.
There's a snap. They're going to hand it right up the middle. And
even the 4th running back's out there dragging people. You
know what? And credit to the officials. Douglas County was having trouble getting the guy off the field. They didn't throw the flag. Why throw the flag in this situation? Understand your situation. You could have thrown it. There's no reason to.
Yeah, no need for insult to injury right there.
That brings up first down on the 18-yard line with 18 seconds to go.
Looks like that's going to be our ball game, James.
Yep, that's going to do it for tonight. Well, you look at this. I think both teams came in with some questions they wanted to answer. Hillgrove lost some talent. They're missing one of their best players. They don't look like they're going to miss a beat.
No.
Douglas County, while not happy with this effort, I'm sure, has a lot of things to build on here. I think the future is going to be just fine for Douglas County. You can't make the mistakes they made tonight playing against a caliber team of Hillgrove.
Yes, certainly a learning experience, right, for a Douglas County football team and staff for that matter. A coaching staff that knows where they've got to work on things. They're certainly going to have to spend a little bit more time on their special teams units this coming week. Definitely going to have to work on wrapping up and tackling a little bit better and getting those big backs down.
A reminder that upcoming schedule next week we'll be out in Carrollton with East Coweta. The week after that we are back over in Noonan with Alexander making a visit over there. That one ought to be a really good one. Lowndes at East Coweta, that'll be a lot of fun. Northgate, Creekside, Riverdale, McIntosh, Griffin, Stars Mill, probably for the region championship over there. South Paulding and Hughes, Stars Mill, McIntosh is always a lot of fun. Westlake and Noonan, that one generally has a big-time bearing on the region championship. Creekside, Douglas County, and then East Coweta, Noonan. Final thoughts?
It's a heck of a slate of football games, and I had a good time tonight with you, James. I appreciate you being with me.
Thoroughly enjoyed you being here. My partner, Brooks Austin, James O'Brien. Good night, everyone.